both sets of players walking very, very slowly onto the pitch, marking respect for the man, the player that was known as the Lawman. Unbelievable career with the football club, 11 years that he was at Old Trafford, 237 goals in total, putting him number 3 in terms of the tally for this football club. Only Wayne Rooney and Bobby Charlton ahead of him. But a wonderful moment for everybody to just take up. I'm sure so many people here will have different memories, different moments, have been touched by not just Dennis Law as a player, Warren, but also as a man as well. He was a family man, a special person, always full of life, and you can just see by some of the people who are here today to mark their respects.
Well, yeah, it's just emotional being a Man United fan, Johnny, and a player, another one's gone, another legend has gone by, but he graces these fans, this turf here, and that's why he was the king of the Stretford End. He was a tremendous football player, and he was born one of 7, and he had a big family himself of 5, so he loved being kids around him, and he was just a tremendous football man as well, wasn't he? Played with a smile on his face, went home with a smile on his face, and what a legend he is.
Yeah, the word legend really does hit the mark today of all days. So standing pitch side, Sir Alex Ferguson, a wreath of red and white roses, quite apt the colours of Manchester United. Albion in blue and white stripes, blue shorts and white socks this afternoon. Manchester United in their familiar red with white shirts, white shorts and black socks with red trim. Albion making 3 changes. We will have a minute's applause just before kick-off. Coming into the side, Danny Welbeck, Yankuba Minte and Lewis Dunk. And 3 changes as well for United with Maguire, Xerxes and Dallow all featuring in the starting 11.
Johnny, you got Brian Kidd, Paddy Clearen, Alex Stepney and Sir Alex Ferguson all going to watch on the pitch now.
4 Manchester United greats walking onto the pitch at Old Trafford to pay their respects to the great Dennis Law. Happy to say, Seagull supporters applauding in the corner here as well. They know their football. Everybody here knew Dennis Law. The players as well, the Albion players around the centre circle. A minute's applause for the man known as the Lawman.
For the reading of a poetic tribute to Dennis, which will be followed immediately by a period of applause. A warrior born on Scotland's land, who rose to rule with a master's hand. The Stretford End, his loyal throne, where Dennis Law made greatness known. The Lawman struck with poise and grace, a predator's instinct, the perfect pace. With every goal, the terraces sang, his name on their lips, the anthem rang. A flick, a volley, a header supreme, Dennis turned football into a dream. The king of Old Trafford, fierce and true, in red he soared, the world he slew. Yet beyond the goals, the man stood tall, a heart of gold that inspired all. Though trophies shone, his pride was clear. For the fans, he played year after year. Now time has passed, but memories stay. The legend of Law won't fade away. For every chant, for every friend, he's still the king of the Stretford End.
So a moment for everyone to remember. Dennis Law ahead of kick-off here.
Sir Alex Ferguson there, Danny Welbeck giving a big cuddle.
Lovely moment. Sir Alex Ferguson, of course, gave Danny Welbeck his debut, and a guy that really gave him his opportunity, but he's now scored more goals in the blue and white of Albion than the red of Manchester United. Will he come up trumps? He's got a decent record against his former club.
Now he's giving a big cuddle to Amarin. Big shoes to follow, Johnny, to Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, it really is. Difficult position to be in, isn't it? But
as you can see, right opposite us, to Sir Alex Ferguson stand.
Yeah, his name etched literally into this football club. But we're ready to go now. Albion are going to kick us off, playing from right to left, attacking the Stretford end in the first half.
Probably telling him what to do.
I know, Ruben Amarin and Sir Alex Ferguson still in conversation by the side of that very severe slope as you come off the pitch. Here, the runoff is very, very severe, but we're underway. And Albion looking for a third straight win against Manchester United.
I was telling Ursula what to do.
Yeah, well, he's got a job to do really, and that's concentrate, I would have thought, on the game in hand. But Albion have it. Veltman, quite tricky for the Albion players with the emotion going around Warren, isn't it? But they've got to settle into the game quickly.
Yes, they do. Where we followed off against Ipswich Town, let's start this game. Yes, he's a superstar of a football player, but now it's all about the 90 minutes, what we put in for this game.
Well, United pushing forward inside their own half on the right with Mazraoui. 3 changes made by Ruben Amarin. Go through the teams in full in just a second as Ahmad picks it up on this near side, literally fighting off Pervis Estupinian. It'll be an interesting tussle between those two this afternoon. Albion with Verbruggen in goal, Veltman, Van Hecke, Dunk and Estupinian across the back. Minte, Ayari, Baliba and Mitoma behind Pedro and Danny Welbeck. Albion with a throw on the far side.
So that was good play from Minte. Went beyond Veltman to help him out defending and cut the ball out.
Yeah, good to see. Getting to grips really with life in the Premier League, Yankuba Minte. He came, of course, on a very big fee, but at the same time, must remember, he's not played in this country before, even though he was at Newcastle United. Throw down the line, headed away this time by Lenny Yoro, playing on the left of the 3 for United. And they're heading back towards their own goal. Dallo, who is right-sided, playing on the left, trying to clear, but he's charged down by Joao Pedro into the box. Right-footed, drives it there at the keeper, and it spins behind for a goal kick. Well, Albion with the first really opportunity, and Nana punched it away to hit Danny Welbeck, and then it went behind. Could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, it's good pressure from Pedro initially. Johnny closes him down. I think it's Yoro, and he fires it across, and the keeper dives, punches it, trying to punch it away, but it's hit Danny Welbeck on the chest. That could have gone in the back of the net.
Yeah, it came off Welbeck. I say, Warren, I'm not totally convinced by the goalkeeper here. Of course, Bayandir did pretty well for them in the cup. Penalty saves, but Manana restored now in the Premier League as Albion look to progress themselves, having tested the keeper already in the game. Live Premier League football this Sunday afternoon on a sports special on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. Now we're working it onto the right. Pedro, though, has put that behind Veltman and out for a Manchester United throw.
See, the Man United 3 play narrow, Johnny, the front 3. So Estupinian can get free quite often, get beyond Ahmad, but then they have to break a little bit quicker than they did there.
Well, it's come across to the near side, and Mitoma trying to get in behind Mazraoui. Flicks it into the middle. Welbeck back to Ayari. 10 yards inside the Man United half. Just chip ball there to find Veltman. Veltman options inside and out onto his left foot. Rolls it back there for Van Hecke. And so making the pitch quite congested in front of the ball. It's a ball by Van Hecke to force Lewis Dunk back to halfway, but he's got time to get it out there to Estupinian. He's now being pushed back there by Mazraoui. Strong on this near side with Ahmad as well. Verbruggen, poor clearance, left-footed, goes straight there to Mainu, but fortunately for the Seagulls, it fell to a blue and white shirt straight after.
Well, we've gone from a crossing position on the right-hand side there with Veltman not choosing to cross, and we've passed it across the back four in their half, but we've been forced back to Verbruggen.
Forward ball there, and Mitoma's got in behind the defence, into the box, rolls it across, and it's tipped home. What a finish! It was direct, straight down the middle of the pitch. A wonderful assist by Mitoma, and there's Yankuba Minte to steer it home. Albion lead within 5 minutes at Old Trafford.
Super ball. But I said, Johnny, in behind these wing backs, all day long it's on, all day long. I watched the game, the replay of the Southampton game, and Southampton got in quite often round the back. There, one ball. I thought it's the first touch from Mitoma was actually excellent. I thought you're just going to shoot here, but he's chose not to, and it's fed Mint in. And it's a great finish, 1-0.
I was worried, Warren. I thought he's not going to shoot, is he? And then, well, it was the right decision at the right time from Kaoru Mitoma, and I think Maguire is playing him onside in the middle. He didn't put the hand up. I think he knew, and actually the keeper got a hand to it, but there was enough on it. It was Baliba with the forward ball initially. Some might call it route one, but
it's not route one.
I call it very intelligent.
Intelligent football, that is. I said they play high line, these Man United defenders. But you're not all on the same wavelengths, Johnny. That's what happens. Maguire there plays them on side, doesn't he? It's a great run.
Perfect start for the Seagulls then in this first half. And good for Yankuba Minte to get in there, Warren. You talk about getting players into the box, but here, United looking to find a response. Dalot down the left, Jinking pulls it back. Mainu with a chance, tees it up for Fernandez. Forward comes Baliba to try and intervene, but it goes to Xerxes, edge of the area, trying to wriggle his way through. Danny Welbeck back defending, and he's been caught there, and it'll be a free kick.
Well, we had a couple of occasions there we could have cleared the ball, Johnny, but we didn't choose it because Baliba, he played a short pass here already. Just clear the lines and get out there.
Especially having just scored, just literally got yourselves ahead. You don't want to concede quickly. And Albion, though, have the free kick. Leeds United 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0 in the Championship. Leeds looking good, on course for maybe a return to the Premier League, as Lewis Dunk with a poor ball, and Fernandez will go over across. They let that go out of play. A little bit sloppy there. Albion have been sloppy since the goal. They need to do that, Lewis Dunk, but Albion pushed to keep the ball from going out of play. It's given us a goal kick, much to the annoyance of the United fans.
Was actually having a go at this linesman on our side, Johnny. How can he see it?
he's 50 yards away.
What on about, please?
So Albion leading by 0 here. I'm talking about looking for their third consecutive win against United. 2-1 winners at the Amex earlier in the season. The goal kick taken short. Verbruggen to the left side of the box. And Lewis Dunk, the captain, restored to the starting 11, up into the channel to find Mitoma. Now out wide, good run by Estupinian. Had to stop. He was fed well there by Danny Welbeck, who's already linking up play nicely.
You're just sucking him in, Johnny, aren't you? There, Mitoma came short. Defender came with him, and then there's a space for Estupinian to run behind. And it's a better pass. He's in, isn't he? Ahmed sleeping again, over the top.
Dunk to Mitoma, in behind Mazraoui, but he's gone a bit too early. The offside flag is up.
He shouldn't be offside there, Mitoma.
No.
Because it's an easy pass. The pass is perfect, but you just time your run a little bit better. Yeah. Achy to space, Johnny, to it in behind.
Absolutely.
Delic doesn't want to come out here. Delic doesn't want. He wants to be playing the two, probably.
Well, I'm thinking they might as well just try and keep doing it, really. Pedro trying to close down Maguire, who thumps the ball clear. Anywhere will do. Back there is Yankuba Minte. The back pass was a little bit short. Verbruggen close enough to get there, but he does send it out of play again. Albion, since the goal, started to make small little errors which could end up being costly.
Yeah, understanding Maguire not a long ball though, he should be comfortable. The short back pass puts Verbruggen under a little bit of pressure, and has to come out and hit it first time, and he kicks out of play.
The voice of the former Seagulls striker Warren Aspinall with us, with Albion leading after 8 minutes here at Old Trafford. It's Yankuba Minte who has given them the lead. There is space with them playing this familiar back three United. His first goal since Leicester away. So good to get back to scoring ways. Of course they have so many different goal scorers. They're up to 13 now. But cut out there by De Ligt. Out wide, Ahmad. You know how dangerous he can be. Thought he was fouled there. No, says the referee. It would have been a soft one. Maino takes it off Welbeck. In comes Veltman. Across the pitch to Ayari. Albion pinging it around in the midfield. Back to halfway. Stupinian. Ball's just sticking a little bit in the ground.
Maybe sticking, Johnny, but you still have to find a blue and white shirt. It's 2 yards behind or 2 yards in front. Sloppy.
Well, we've lost 5 of the last 6 against the Albion in the Premier League, and I don't think they really like playing them. As Onana nearly charged down by Yankuba Minte, just got it away up to the near side. Ahmad fouled this time by Mitoma.
He'll be looking for free kicks all day, Ahmad.
Yeah, Peter Banks finally giving a decision their way in their eyes. And again, Onana had to play that one on the edge of the box.
You said just a minute ago, Johnny, it's sticking. So
yeah, chase everything.
Chase everything, and your passing has to be a bit more accurate.
Yeah, give it a little bit more. A little bit more edge and a little bit more pace. And of course looking to get back-to-back wins. Just 1 point behind where they were after 21 games last season. But at the moment have their noses ahead here at Manchester United. With De Ligt in possession. Richmond looking to go long. The run from Xerxes down the right channel, taking Van Hecke with him. Socks low over his shin pads, but nice play by Van Hecke there to try and take it away there. Foul by Xerxes, no, says the referee. Play on into the box. Fernandez tries to hook it clear. Van Hecke's clearance goes to the near side. Oh, and another challenge there.
That's a dirty challenge.
Mazraoui going in hard there on Pervis Estupinian. He's going to get a little bit of a talking to from Peter Banks.
First of all, Xerxes that's a good challenge, Johnny. Stupinian went down. It's a good challenge.
The first one?
Yes. So really you have to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. But this one I think he's gone a little bit over the top. Just puts his foot in there, doesn't he?
Well, there has been a goal at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest leading Southampton by 1-0. Probably no real surprise there. Elliot Anderson getting the goal after 11 minutes. After 11 minutes here, it's 1-0 to the Seagulls.
What about he's been, Johnny?
Oh, I know that Eddie Howe was upset when both him and Minte went for PSR reasons. Anderson really a complete midfielder. As Lewis Dunk tries to launch one high, it bounces out of play, and Mazraoui goes across to catch it. A cold afternoon, a little bit warmer inside the ground. Everton 1-0 up against Spurs. Dominic Calvert-Lewin turns to goal scoring form. Talk about a possible new contract as Believer tries to flick it up a little bit too fancy, and it could be punished here by Manchester City. You get the ball forward to Dalot driving through the middle of the pitch, and Kuba Minte gets back there. No foul, says the referee. Good tracking back by Yankuba Minte, but all given away because Carlos Believer, well, looked like he was trying to be at trick school really.
Well, Believer thinks he's...
Oh, good work there by Welbeck. Took it off Mazraoui into the Manchester United half. Looks across to the far side. Finds Minte. Minte, the goal scorer early on in this game. Now plays it through. Took a deflection. And sliding along the ground is Onana to take it. Poor final ball there. But Albion nearly undone by sloppy play from Carlos Believer.
I don't know what Believer's thinking there, Johnny. He's got the ball on his chest and he flicks it onto his knee, back onto his head. It's not a juggling act.
I've looked back at the tackle, Warren, and it looks fine to me.
Well, it's come from behind, Johnny.
Yeah, maybe if it's coming from behind. It's Peter Banks, certainly not the most popular person at Old Trafford this afternoon so far. Seagulls leading by 1-0.
We saw the pace there of Darlow when he gets forward, Johnny.
Yeah, back after suspension. Rather glum faces in the crowd. Brian Robson watching on, and everyone wrapped up warm here. Albion, despite that early goal in the 5th minute, I don't think they've really been at their best, Warren.
No.
And, untidy, I think, and I'd say against a better side they would have been punished. Of course, Manchester United 13th in the table coming into this game, a reflection of where they're at the moment. And 6 points less than they had achieved at this stage last year. Here's Ledi Yoro, long-term injury when he joined the club, but now fit again, playing on the left-hand side of the three instead of Martinez today. We'll talk about the transfer window at the moment. Jakob Modder not involved today. Of course, no O'Reilly, Gruder, they're both understood to be injuries. Modder linked to a move to Holland. Lamptey is a substitute. Ahmad tight on the touchline. Mazraoui back into the midfield. Ugarte, first time ball by Mainu, sending it high. Stupinian decides to just head that straight out of play. No nonsense there.
It's good defending there. Watched it all the way, Stupinian. Just get it away, out of trouble.
It's not bad, that ball though, is it? First time, he hit it first time down the channel, spinning. It's quite difficult for defenders. If they allow it to bounce, anything can happen, despite the quality of the pitches that we were talking about before kick-off with Adrian. It's Man United have it. Up to the feet there of Xerxes, takes it away from Van Hecker. Far side is Fernandes, tries to drill it low along the ground, little grass cutter, but fizzes all the way through to Bart Verbruggen.
What Man United will do, Johnny, though, they will sit off us. The two centre-halves can have it. So they want pressure.
No, we won't need to do it at times, but it's all about the wide men. I think we talked about it, we highlighted it before kick-off, didn't we? Mitoma and Minte, the two M's. Karim Mitoma, the only player to feature in all 21 Premier League fixtures this season. Ayari at the back, going to Verbruggen, now to the left of Dunk. It's all tight, but Welbeck's coming, helping out near side. Trying to use the Stupinian. A little bit of a block, came off the Albion defender. Wonder whether they could have released the pressure a little bit earlier there, the Seagulls, but a throw for Manchester United. Taken quickly by Mazraoui, finding Ugarte. As back it goes there to Delict from the Uruguayan. And now Kobbie Mainoo using Ledi Yoro. Yoro out wide to the left touchline, level with the Albion penalty box. Minte meeting too easily there, and it falls on the edge of the D. Shot, good block there by Yassin Ayari to deny Ugarte.
I think first of all Pedro was too slow to react to Yoro.
Yeah, let's say Stupinian very busy here, getting in quickly on Ahmad. Interesting battle between those two developing. Ahmad again, but now he's going up against Mitoma, who falls to the ground in the challenge. Through the legs into Mazraoui, he pulls it back, Xerxes leaves it, right-footed shot. It's wide from Fernandes, never got hold of it. No really good connection there from the Portuguese international. Goal kick, still 1-0 to the Albion.
It's too easy, Johnny, isn't it? Fernandes has come off the left-hand side, and he's got time and space to take a touch there. Nobody's marking, he's got him behind Believer. Believer doesn't know who's around him.
And so some individuals have started well, but some for the Albion certainly seem to not hit the ground running in this game. Albion taking their time with the goal kick. Whistles all around as Xerxes comes towards Verbruggen. It's offloaded to the left to Dunk once again. We might need to go a little bit more direct sometimes, Warren, because the interplay isn't right, and Mitoma's ball there picked up by Ugarte. It's giving Manchester United some confidence. Another forward run by Dalot, ignored on that occasion, but he's certainly a threat from that left hand side.
Well, like you just said, they're setting us traps at the moment, and they're getting in quite easily.
Yeah, Maynard getting in behind there, and Believer slips, doesn't manage to keep his footing. United have it, they recycle it back with Ledi Yoro. Frenchman goes across to Harry Maguire. He's had a bit of a new lease of life under Ruben Amorim.
I think it's important, Johnny. They're having a good spell of play here, Man United. We need to keep tight, keep our shape, and let's get through this little period of play.
Inevitably that will happen on occasion against any side. No one could dominate fully. Fernandes has gone down there via...
Well, Banks is right in front of him, Johnny. He's gone down trying to get a free kick.
Bellman's shaking his head. He's holding his chest there, Bruno Fernandes. Here's Mazraoui with a little bit of space here. He's got ahead of Mitoma initially. Now flicks it back. Short 5-yard pass there to Ahmad. Ahmed trying to get away from Ayari, releases it back along the ground to Matthias de Ligt. And back to halfway, shake of the head from Ruben Amorim. Fabian Hertzler just ushering everybody a little bit forward. They're sitting quite deep at the moment, Albion. I think that's what he's saying. Come on, push up a little bit, I think. But, Maguire now over to the left, and can't give Fernandez space and time. He's found Xerxes back. Fernandez is in behind, plays it into the box. Strong challenge, no penalty given initially. Albion go in, they still haven't cleared it. It's Minte trying to dribble it free, but De Ligt plays it straight against his teammate, and Welbeck will ease the pressure by playing it out wide to Mitoma.
So this is where we can get a bit of relief. But it's poor play from Brighton. Since we've gone 1-0 up, Johnny, we just sat back and playing around, playing into their hands.
They need to be more positive, don't they?
Well, how do we get in? We got in with a long ball over the top. And then now we're starting passing through midfield. We don't need to pass in midfield. Look, here we go again.
Back pass, falls for Xerxes, turns it onto his left foot, dragged down by Belieber. Referee has given the penalty. It was coming. Albion causing all sorts of problems for themselves. And Xerxes goes down. Belieber it was. And Peter Banks points to the spot. And it's a penalty for Manchester United. Well, the chances off here. Well, again, playing out from the back, far too tight to Ayari. It comes straight back for Xerxes. Was it soft? Belieber retreating back towards his own goal, but I don't think it's going to be overturned.
It's poor. Ayari, poor passing to Ayari.
I'm not sure, but Bruggen has to play that pass, does he, Warren? Just a yellow then. I think if you go up round the neck, it's going to be given, isn't it, Warren? So Xerxes fouled.
Not got going though, Johnny, have we?
No. You just felt it, didn't you? Last 10 minutes, they've gone into themselves.
They think it's too easy. Got an early goal. This is easy, lads. We'll pass our way through them now.
They sometimes say, don't they? You can score too early in games.
No, but you have to be better, Johnny. Like Bruggen there, the pass into, knock it long. You want a bit of pressure. We're under pressure for 10 minutes.
Well, it falls to Bruno Fernandes to take the penalty. And it falls to Bart Verbruggen to try and stop him. Well, they certainly get in the ascendancy in the last 10 minutes, and now they have their opportunity, Manchester United. The captain of Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes, taking his time, waits, now steps up, right-footed, sends Bart Verbruggen the wrong way. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Yeah, poor from Brighton. That makes wake him up a little bit. Start again. It's coming. It's come, and now you have to react. How do we react from this?
We certainly need to. They've scored in every single away game this season, but now they've conceded, and it's given the whole place a real lift.
Yeah.
As you say, they've only got themselves to blame, really, Warren. Overplaying. I know you might say, well, that's the route that's caused other teams problems, but if we can see it's coming, I think the head coach would have seen it coming, really. As you say, playing it around, especially down on this left-hand side. Now Dunk trying to send it long towards Mitoma. Suddenly now they're doing exactly what they needed to do earlier to relieve some kind of pressure, and Onana playing it calmly to the edge of the box, away from Mitoma to find Mazraoui.
So now, we're playing long all of a sudden. So the midfielder thinking, hang on a minute, you want us to come short, but you're playing it long. So there, the opposition goalkeeper can pick a red shirt out quite easy. We have to play one way or the other, Johnny. At the moment, in between two.
Caught between two stalls, really, as we bypass the midway point. Another forward ball towards Yankuba Minte, dealt with by Maguire. Now Fernandes to try and get it forward, drifting through the centre circle. Lays it in there to Ugarte. Good tackle by Mitoma, now helped out by João Pedro. It's all a bit static in the midfield. Baliba, Ayari trying to get away now from Kobe Mainu. And does well in the end there, Carlos Baliba. Sitting a little bit deeper than he does normally. 46th appearance in the Premier League for the Seagulls now. Last goal was back against Fulham last year. Maybe a more disciplined role for the Seagulls nowadays. Let's see what Albion are made of here, with 21 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Chip ball by Baliba, again behind Mazraoui. Off goes Mitoma again, but Mazraoui dealt with it, plays it back to Onana. Onana right-footed, clearance, forward comes Dunk, chips it there to Estupinian, who's high up the pitch midway through the Manchester United half, wins a throw.
Not bad that from Estupinian, under pressure.
Suddenly since the goal, Warren, they're more positive, and it's strange. I say goals change games, but unfortunately Albion's first goal didn't really help them, I don't think. But Pedro taking it too far, volleyed forward. Dunk will have to go and retreat.
They say start the game so well when you just take your foot off the gas and play a different way, trying to pass it through in midfield. It's too crowded in there. The ball's over the top all the time. Veltman's on all acres of space. Fernandes doesn't want to run back.
Here is Veltman trying to push forward. Yankuba Minte darting the right side of the box, takes it too far, runs out of play, straight off the run off there and into the advertising hoardings.
You have to know where you are on the pitch though, Johnny, from into there. Trying to take Adam Maguire on in 2 yards of space. You can't knock it around and run round him.
Yeah, he's electrifying, but I'm not sure where he thinks he's going. That's the point, isn't it? Really. But 1-1 it is. None of the previous Premier League meetings between these two sides have ever ended in a draw, so maybe a first today as the free kick. Two Albion players go down. They seem to collide into each other to a certain degree.
Yeah, but Zerchi pushed
Ayari, and then Ayari's gone down
into Ayari.
Well, Warren, difficult to play. Short turnaround for both these sides, of course. Manchester United, who beat Southampton on Thursday night, Albion victorious at Ipswich. They weren't totally convincing in that game against Saints.
No, Saints had chances, that's what I'm saying.
It could have been 2-3-0 up, and that's what Albion would have wanted to do here, but Manchester United came back to beat them. Southampton currently trailing at Nottingham Forest by 1-0. Everton 1-0 up against Spurs. David Moyes trying to cast his spell over his former club again. As Bruggen goes to the left touchline, Mazraoui goes in with a header, goes out of play.
What's he going to do with that though, around his head, Johnny?
But the only thing you can do is head it down the line, and then it's probably going to be cut out, isn't it? The ball's out from the back, from the keeper, have not worked today for Albion. I think they're trying to invite them on. Well, I say we had the who's who of Manchester United. Luke Littler is watching here today as well. PDC World Darts Champion watching on from the crowd. As Pedro goes back to do some foraging and then brought down by Xerxes, free kick. Well, he's having to come back to get involved. Not really where Albion want him, deep inside his own half, but he has won a free kick.
No, it's scruffy, isn't it, at the moment, Johnny? But I think the ball's still on over the top of these. Maybe not too much on the Darlow side, but this side especially.
There's Pedro, nice skill, gets it out to Estupinian. He is brought down there by Ugarte, whose disciplinary record isn't great, and holding his calf there.
It's knee to knee, I think, Johnny.
Is it knee?
Yeah.
Certainly robust. He sort of flicked it with the outside of the boot and then ran into it. And now Nottingham Forest are 2-0 up against Southampton. Callum Hudson-Odoi has got the second there. Albion go there for a 12:30 kick-off on the 1st of Feb. Join us from that one from noon. Of course, every single Albion game, home and away, live on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. Certainly going to be a tough game, that one. Certainly in form, Nottingham Forest. Tries to take advantage of Arsenal dropping points yesterday. Liverpool the big winners.
I think they're giving Liverpool the title, aren't they? These teams.
Newcastle coming into the frame slightly, moved up to 4th despite losing. Albion with a free kick then, 10 yards inside the Manchester United half. Curled towards the edge of the box. Flick header by Pedro. 2 red shirts over there. One is Darlow, plays it out wide.
Never done a score from there, from the 18-yard box. 18-yard box, are you?
I'm not sure about Ayari on set pieces, really. A lot of delivery hasn't really tested defences for me. I've got to say that I don't think Matt O'Reilly's delivery's been good, but not available to the Albion injured on Thursday night. Iliman Ndiaye has got a second for Everton, so 2-0 they lead. More pressure on Ange Postecoglou at Tottenham. Stupinian maybe still struggling from the ill effects of that challenge, but he's helped out there by his teammate Kaoru Mitoma. Now Ayari getting on the ball just inside his own half, left of centre, taking it back there to the defence.
I think they've got past the 2 or 3 Man United players with the pass there, then Ayari just comes out and goes back and takes the advantage away from us.
To try and get Danny Welbeck and Pedro a little bit more involved. So playing it around slowly at the back. They've gone back to Verbruggen again. So clearly a deliberate ploy. The chip ball to Estupinian again, but he's got nowhere to go. He's got Mazraoui round his back, plays it back to Dunk. Dunk's left-footed clearance does find Welbeck. Welbeck though, spinning ball, has to stretch. Ayari, Welbeck again, now Believer, maybe he can progress things forward through the centre circle. Looks up, steers it, left-footed, across to Yankuba Minte. Can he do some damage from here? Edge of the box, tees it up for Pedro, going away from goal. Pulls it back now there to Veltman. Veltman, little short square pass there to Believer. Now Dunk, working it to the left, changes his mind, goes back, short pass to Van Hecker, and everybody behind the ball for Manchester United. Got to try and move that ball quicker if they can.
Well, Believer brought the lines into and fired a great ball out to Minter. Minter has to do better getting them product. He's trying to feed Pedro in, but Pedro's running down a blind alley, so he has to come back out, and then Man United get the players back.
And thread it through the middle, cut out by Manchester United. What they do is get their shape back when they've got the ball. Back pass to Onana, and he has to hurry to get that one out of play. Caught by Solly March, good catch. Decent cricketer, Solly March. Throw taken quickly. Estupinian thought about curling it into the box. Ayari says let's go backwards, so Mitoma plays it back to his captain Lewis Dunk. Yeah, Minte's final ball, that's the thing that they need to work on. He gets into good positions, he's got good pace, but that final ball has let him down as Dunk tries a searching ball across the pitch to find Minte, and he's got him behind, no one really in there, has to wait, no one attacking the ball, pulls it back eventually for João Pedro, but there's literally no one in the penalty box to take any kind of cross, but Pedro trying to make it into another opportunity, sort of wriggling through, but stopped in the end there by Lenny Yoro. And to Xerxes, held up the ball very, very well indeed. Really impressed in training according to Ruben Amorim. Over to the far side, crossfield ball to the right, Mazraoui. Ayari got wrong side, ball down the line to Ahmad. Ahmad trying to take it out wide, Mitoma doesn't want to brush into him there. Dunk with a block, deflected, out for a goal kick as it comes off the Manchester United player. Yeah. All that comes there from Ayari being the wrong side of his man when he comes in there, Warren.
Yeah, Dirty held the ball up. I said before the game, he needs to be better at that. He has done there, but the players the wrong side, and if you get them beyond you, then you've got a problem. And there Lewis Dunk probably overstretched, and that's like
he's a real problem with this recurring calf problem, but he's holding his left leg, so that's a little bit ominous. Still got another 12 minutes before the break, so I don't know whether they'll have to make a change. He's okay, and he takes the goal kick to Verbruggen. It's obviously a tactic to try and lay them on, but the ball's forward. That's cut out by Maguire, who's playing 10 yards outside the Albion box.
But Maguire anticipated that, John, and got in front of Pedro.
Well, they know what they're going to do.
Yes.
It's predictable, isn't it, Warren? That's the frustration, I think, looking on from the sidelines.
Pedro comes short and spins in behind. He leaves Maguire for dead, doesn't he?
Still 1-1 then here after Nkuba Minte scored the opener. Bruno Fernandes penalty equalising for Manchester United, who probably looked the better of the two sides in this first half, bar the first 5 minutes really. Here's Mazraoui taking it away from Estupiñán, who slips again. Now he recovers, gets it to Mitoma. In comes De Ligt, out of play. Albion have a throw.
Yeah, it's better pressure from Brighton there, high up the pitch. We brought the line a few times when they got in behind, but the end product, I mean, he broke clear, got in behind, then he took too long to play to Pedro.
Well, they've got to move the ball quicker, haven't they, Warren? I think that's what it feels like to me. But, Albion on this decent unbeaten run. 5 games in the Premier League without defeat, 6 of course in total, including that victory at Norwich. Of course, the home game against Chelsea, back-to-back games, both of them live of course on your BBC local radio station. Here's Welbeck for the Albion, midway through the United half, looks central. Belieber, he does move it quickly, but Estupiñán took his eye off the ball, and Mitoma does brilliantly there. And Estupiñán sleeping. Ahmad nearly nicked it off him. I think he's having a word there with someone saying, I want it to my feet. But
Belieber's pass.
Yeah. Bouncing up around his legs, then you've got to get it under control. Throw from Estupiñán into the middle, flick header by João Pedro. De Ligt in strongly there on Danny Welbeck. Free kick. De Ligt has a quick word there with Danny Welbeck.
It's good link-up play from the two strikers there, Pedro and Welbeck.
And Danny Welbeck, who scored 29 goals for Manchester United in all competitions, 20 in the league for the Red Devils. Can he get to double figures? That's what Albion need, Warren, don't they? Just the 6 goals this season. I know he's only coming back from injury, but an all-firing Danny Welbeck could just catapult Albion back into contention for a European place. Albion playing it short. Ayari to Dunk. I mean, they're passing it around. They're just not really going anywhere.
You know, they're trying to create space, but at the moment Man United is just setting the traps.
Yeah. Dunk now coming out of position. Estupiñán tight on the line. Now Pedro. Square ball to Mitoma. Ayari drilling it back there. Estupiñán had stayed forward. He stayed on side as well. Can he curl the cross in? Tries to drive it. It bounces on the edge of the box. The cross comes Welbeck. Does well there. Couple of nice touches towards the byline, onto his left foot, squeezes it in there. Maguire played it when he could have left it for his keeper, but it's gone out of play for a throw. That's better from the Seagulls.
Yeah.
I said about getting Danny Welbeck involved, that's exactly what he did there.
He had to do it all himself though, Johnny, didn't he, really? He wasn't a through ball for him.
And the Seagulls fans, one apiece here if you're just joining us on this sports special here. Nkuba Minte with the opener 5 minutes into the game before a penalty from Bruno Fernandes, making it 1-1. Too much other goalmouth action, but here's Xerxes breaking and he's found Dallo with pace. In there goes Minte, well to track back, and now Van Hecker rolls it back to the keeper.
Good work from Minte, give him that. He's working very hard off the ball, tracking back.
Xerxes causing them a few problems. Now they've pushed it forward. They've got Estupiñán. He's over halfway. They've got him behind for the first time. Now Mitoma from the left side of the box. No way through there. Ahmad perfectly positioned. Mitoma comes back with the challenge, and it goes out for a Manchester United throw.
Yeah, we brought the lines there, Johnny, but again, couldn't get beyond. It's a good play from Hamid, if you think. It worked his sock just like Minte on the other side did.
Yeah. Intriguing battles on both flanks in the game so far. I'd like to see the Seagulls take a little bit more control in the central areas with Belieber and Ayari. But yeah, Xerxes' hold-up play's been excellent in the first half. And Manchester United with the throw, deep inside their own half, on the right. Ugarte playing it up to Xerxes, shields it well. Mainu loses it though. Welbeck plays it back now to Belieber. Square ball to Joel Veltman. I didn't think Joel Veltman would play today. I thought Lamptey might be given an opportunity, but with a quick game so soon after Thursday night. But here's Ayari bursting forward, driving through to the edge of the D. Took it a bit far, but he's found Pedro. Pedro trying to squeeze it through the middle, but there's a foul there. And challenge, I think it was on Harry Maguire, so it'll be a free kick for Manchester United. 1-1 at the moment at Old Trafford here on BBC Radio Sussex.
Yeah, Ayari there just driving forward. But again, did he have a picture in his head? Didn't he? He's always stretching.
Slipping as well. What it is about the boots that Albion players seem to use, they do struggle, don't they? I think with their footing. But, Albion having to do a fair bit of defending in this first half, but a couple of promising signs. But Mazraoui making ground. Good short pass to Xerxes, back to Ugarte, crossfield ball, and Yankuba Mensah with a very acrobatic interception, and it needed to be because Dallo was charging down the right side. It's probably been a real feature. Not only has he got the goal, Yankuba Mensah, but he's done some very diligent work on that side defensively as well. So they try and play it through the middle. Ahmad, has he broken the offside trap? Tries to go around Verbruggen. He blocks it. Still hasn't gone out of play. Continues down by the byline to the edge of the box. Laid off there. Chance for a shot, but now the flag comes up. I was pretty sure it was offside, but as it went on and on and on, you never know. Offside given. Still 1-1.
Yeah. I don't know why Horizon can't put it up quicker, but it's good goalkeeping. If I'm honest, because he sent Hamed wide. Okay, he committed himself, but he pushed him really, really wide. Couldn't get his shot.
Tight. But it was the right decision. Eddie Smart and Nick Greenhalgh on duty for the assistant referees today. Craig Pawson on VAR down at Stockley Park. The man in the middle, as we've mentioned already, is Peter Banks. Dunk is in possession. Along the ground and into the feet of Pedro. Pedro back towards his own goal. Did well to keep hold of it there though. I'm really going with him, so he lays it back there. His body language isn't great, João Pedro. Cuts a rather frustrated figure. But what he can do, get into good positions. Always trying, always moving. Dunk can maybe find Welbeck here, but he's sauntering forward on his own. Now he goes to Pedro. In on the angle. Welbeck comes back to the left touchline, and Pedro chipping it back all the way back to the defence. Third goal for Forest. Chris Wood continuing his excellent form this season. Former Seagulls loanee. And Southampton are doomed. Here's Van Hecker. Big fight to come up. Leeds in good form. They're leading at home against Sheffield Wednesday this afternoon. Here though, it's currently United 1, Albion 1. We'll be just seeing a little bit of possession for a short while with 3.5 minutes of normal time to go here. Can they muster up a meaningful attack at the latter stages of the first half as Pedro wriggling away from De Ligt? Felt he was shoved to the ground. Peter Banks has set out his stall, and
it's not a free kick, Johnny.
It would have been a soft one, wouldn't it?
But don't sit on the ground and mope. Get up.
Yeah,
don't let it happen again.
I was saying about the sort of the mindset, the body language, a bit like feeling aggrieved that you haven't got the decision. You've got to play on, that's for sure. Onana, back pass. He's got it clear, but Dunk trying to get it to Ayari. Goes across the pitch, cut out there, but Welbeck's latched onto it. Now Minte, edge of the D, lays it back there for Welbeck. Continues his run, blots there brilliantly on the 6-yard box. Well, I think there's a foul in there anyway, so I don't know whether it would have counted, but
that's just a follow-up. It would have been counted, Johnny.
Danny Welbeck coming close to scoring against his former club at De Ligt. It was who's hurt himself, but another opportunity, Warren.
It is half an opportunity, that, Johnny. I think
it never quite fell kindly for either of them, really, but Yankuba Minte decided to take it off Welbeck. Then he laid it back to him onto his left foot. He did shoot, but covering back there I think was Diogo Dallo. Yeah, he got the shot away with his left foot, never really got hold of it, and the keeper would have saved it probably anyway because he spread himself, but reasonable defending. Goes down as a half chance. Veltman launching one forward on the volley, headed away by Maguire to the far touchline on the left. Xerxes, good control to hold it up, and goes out of play for an Albion throw. Minto, who got the first goal, nearly in there with an assist. And so Welbeck likes play against his former club. Of course, a ground he knows so well. And he's sauntering into the middle now as Mitoma has it left side of the box on the angle, curling it in towards Welbeck but headed away by Lenny Yoro. Veltman cushioning it out wide. Yankuba Minte, 2 defenders there. Sure where he's going straight out of play. For the second time he's just driven towards the byline and disappeared off the side of the pitch.
Don't know what he's doing, does he? Just lay it back to Veltman. He can whip it in. Yeah. He's got his head down all the time, Johnny. Just going like swaying from side to side. Not got his head up once to look at Veltman. It's poor wing play.
And a goal kick it is. Find out how much is to be added on after the final 40 seconds of normal time. As Maguire heads to halfway. Ayari had fouled Xerxes there, the referee agreed. I don't want to concede here. Fabian Herzlow's disappeared off the side of the pitch, not in the technical area at the moment. We want to regroup. And here's Ahmad taking it out wide, easily away from Mitoma, just dragging him down there with his left arm. Free kick. Probably should be a yellow card for Kalu Mitoma. Definitely be a free kick in a dangerous position. Could be some of the last action of the first half, Warren, and not in the position on the pitch where Albion want it.
What you say, Hamid? He just goes past.
Lovely player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's all left foot though, Johnny, isn't it?
Yeah, so you know which way he's going.
He's playing on the right wing, he's going to go inside, isn't he?
Lovely balance. So a free kick out wide on the right side. 5 yards in from the touchline. About 10 yards in front of the box, so good angle for Bruno Fernandes, who's already scored one from the penalty spot today, to curl this one in right-footed. Right arm up in the air. He's launched towards the back post. Albion come forward. The downward header is off target. And there's offside anyway. Wouldn't have counted, but Maguire with a free header at the back post.
Yeah, but Lewis Dunk, Johnny, and Van Eyck are down on the floor. They're not just going to fall for no reason.
No. You can see that the ball curled in.
Both of them.
There's offside in there. Should be hitting the target really, Maguire, but it was given as an offside. So 2 minutes to be added on. Bartlebruggen certainly taking his time here. Something that really has irritated the Manchester United crowd today. Bartlebruggen now with a chance to get it forward. He's gone long. Pedro allowing Maguire the initial header. Now Belieber finding Yankuba Minte, 10 yards outside the box, shoots, hits his own player, comes back for Pedro onto his right foot, crowded out there. Minte trying to spin and turn and then hook it back in, but Ugarte was quickly to it, and Hooker took strong there under pressure from Xerxes. Again, these little openings, Warren, but they're not making them count.
No, and it's Pedro on the deck now. You need to get your shot away a little bit quicker, Johnny, don't you?
Yeah, and a bit of anticipation may be required. Pedro holding on to his crotch area, but it was Minte's shot that hit Welbeck. I think you just shot either hit it first time or lay it back to someone like Belieber and get the strike away.
This, Johnny. That's a penalty, isn't it?
Ugarte, it was, I think, who stands him up, but the way that the referee is running back to the middle, I'm not sure it will be. Must have been checked. Not enough in there, but well, that's an interesting one there. And play resumes, but the half-time whistle goes. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Seagulls taking the lead very early. Kaoru Mitoma from a direct ball by Carlos Belieber, setting up Yankuba Minte to stick it past Anana in the Manchester United goal, but they seem to drop back after that, the Seagulls. And Manchester United pressure told in the end, awarded a penalty after Xerxes was fouled. Fernandes took it well. A couple of late chances for United, but not too much goal-mouth action. Minte shooting at Welbeck right before the break. And at half-time here, even Stevens, one apiece, Warren.
Yeah, started the game off so good. We said before the game started that ball's over the top, in behind these wing-backs, you're going to get in there all day. We did that, we get in, score, then we play a different way. We try to pass through midfield, slow it down, and it setting traps, and we fell to it, didn't we? And they got the goal.
Does he try and change it in the second half or at all? Or does he want to go back to that kind of, what they were doing so well in the first sort of 7 or 8 minutes?
Well, straight away we conceded a goal. We went back to that and got in another couple of occasions. So it's down to the players, though, the player management on the pitch, isn't it? Where we're playing and how you dictate the way you're going to play. It's not coming from the manager on the touchline, because if that was me, I'd say keep playing the way we played in the first 7 minutes, and you'll get in. Well, it's so frustrating because they've hardly had a chance, haven't they?
They're there for the taking, really. You feel at times, because there is space in behind that back three. Well, let's see if Albion can step it up in the second half. Still all to play for here at Old Trafford. Half time. It's Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Johnny and Warren, thanks very much indeed, and back in good time for the whole of the second half from Old Trafford. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Tottenham's woes continue. They're trailing by 2-0 at Goodison Park against Everton. A goal there for Calvert-Lewin, his only second goal of the season. Tottenham really in trouble, sliding down the Premier League at a rate of knots. Elsewhere, Nottingham Forest going from strength to strength. They're leading Southampton by 3-0 at half-time. One of the goals scored there by Chris Wood, who Johnny was saying was at one stage in his career on loan to the Albion. Southampton looking doomed. Forest third in the table, level on points with Arsenal in second place, but with an inferior goal difference. So at Old Trafford, 1 apiece, and this is how the action unfolded.
Forward ball there, and Mitoma's got in behind the defence, into the box, rolls it across, and it's tipped home. What a finish! It was direct, straight down the middle of the pitch. A wonderful assist by Mitoma, and there's Yankuba Minte to steer it home. Albion lead within 5 minutes at Old Trafford.
Super ball. But I said, Johnny, in behind these wing backs all day long, it's on all day long. How did we get in? We got in with a long ball over the top, and then now we're starting passing through midfield. We don't need to pass in midfield. Look, here we go again.
Back pass, falls for Xerxes, turns it onto his left foot, dragged down by Belieber. Referee has given the penalty. It was coming. Albion causing all sorts of problems for themselves, and Xerxes goes down. Belieber it was, and Peter Banks points to the spot, and it's a penalty for Manchester United. The captain of Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes, taking his time, waits, now steps up, right-footed, sends Bart Verbruggen the wrong way. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Poor from Brighton. That makes it wake him up a little bit. Start again. It's coming. It's come, and now you have to react.
Danny Pike in the morning.
BBC Radio Sussex.
What do you think of all that and that £9 million that got handed over for nothing, essentially?
It stinks, but we just don't know where the smell's coming from.
Just the vibe. Everyone's like really friendly.
Very weirdly, I spoke to you last time exactly where I am now, because I'm just in the rehearsal room.
I think that would be absolutely amazing for the beach and the town.
They were throwing glasses at us.
I think the bleeping is more for the parents than it is for the kids, to be honest.
The old broken top looked just like a shark fin.
Keep on keeping on.
Danny Pike in the morning.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Sussex.
Yes, a very good afternoon. Welcome to a Sunday afternoon sports special here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. I'm Adrian Harms, and looking ahead tomorrow morning, breakfast programme in Surrey with James Cannon, in Sussex with Danny Pike. We'll reflect on today's action in the Premier League, also all the local news, and importantly, all the travel news as well, together with weather as well. Well, the weather's very warm down in Australia at the moment, where the Australian Open is carrying on, but disappointment for Leatherhead's Jack Draper, who retired from his match with Carlos Alcaraz. He lost the first 2 sets 7-5, 6-1, but he's been struggling with a hip injury, and that forced him to retire from the match. And after the match, he spoke to the BBC's tennis correspondent, Russell Fuller.
Jack, commiserations. I know it's been quite a week for you. Tell us about the problem. I assume it was the hip once again, and how difficult a decision was it for you to decide to retire like that?
Yeah, obviously really difficult, especially in such a big match against Carlos on one of the biggest stages in the sport. It's been been a long week for me. I've had a lot of on-court time, and I've put my body through so much, considering sort of not much preparation and managing a hip injury. And I think it was just a little bit too much today, and I have to make smart decisions moving forward if I want to be able to keep consistently playing on the tour this year.
Do you worry about getting a reputation for pulling out of matches? Does that go through your mind at all?
Not particularly, no, because I've barely done that at all in the last 18 months. I give my absolute all for every match, and if I feel like an injury is gonna have a long-term effect on me, I try and make the right decisions. Yeah, my body hasn't been exactly where I've wanted it to be over my career so far, but I think I'm making incredibly positive strides, and it's only a matter of time, I believe, until I get it all right and it all comes together and I can be more and more resilient. And I think this week, although I've had to pull out, I think it's a really good example that I'm at a stage where I can deal with more and more.
Could you feel the hip in the first 3 rounds?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously something that I've come here on short notice, and I'm managing. And obviously, when you put your body through what I've done the last sort of 5 days, it's difficult to expect it to not be in not a great place. So I would only ever pull out of a match if I feel like it's something that can have potentially a longer term effect if I don't pull out.
And has it been worth it? Now, I know you've achieved something that you'd never done before, and I know winning 3 5-set matches in a row means a lot to you, but have you potentially done yourself an injury that could hinder the next couple of months of your season?
No, I hope not. I mean, obviously I'll get everything checked out, but it's definitely been worth it. I've come here, I've given my all, I've showed myself, and hopefully a lot of people that I'm resilient, and I'm really proud of my efforts. I came here not too sure if I was going to be able to give 100% and give my all, especially at the back end of last year. I was not in a great place with my injury, and thinking that this could take a lot of time and I wouldn't be able to compete for a while. But I've come here and I've given my all, not playing my best tennis, and rightly so, because I've just haven't had that time on court. And I've made the last 16 second week of a Grand Slam in that sort of state. So I'm really proud of my efforts, and I'm glad I came, even if it's maybe had a short term detriment.
And where are you planning on playing in February?
Planning on playing Rotterdam and Doha, Dubai.
Ahead of Indian Wells and Miami.
Correct, yeah.
Well, I hope it's a short-lived problem, Jack. It's been very entertaining watching you over the first 3 rounds in particular.
Appreciate
Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Russell.
So that's the BBC's tennis correspondent Russell Fuller there talking to Jack Draper. Disappointing, pulling out after 2 sets. He was losing 7-5, 6-1, but eventually the toil of those 5-set matches plus an injured hip really too much for Jack Draper. He's pulled out. So Alcaraz through to the quarterfinals, where, mouth-wateringly, he will face Novak Djokovic. Djokovic into the last 8 of the Australian Open for the 15th time in his career, and that's a mouth-watering clash. The pair of them, of course, clashed in the Olympics earlier on, or last year in Paris, and again in the Wimbledon final. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Alcaraz against Djokovic. Well, let's turn to football in a couple of moments' time, because Crawley Town drew 1 apiece with Brighton Albion yesterday. Crawley's still in the relegation places, though, still 5 points adrift of safety. They play Mansfield on Tuesday night, but after the match yesterday, Dion Conroy spoke to our Crawley commentator, Gary Smith.
Dion, thank you for joining us. A 1-1 draw here today against Brighton Albion. What's the overriding feeling in the changing room after the game? Is it frustration? Is it disappointment?
Yeah, definitely frustration. Dominated first half, dominated second half, and just didn't put away our chances. So yeah, we just got to get back onto the training pitch, keep working hard, and hopefully sooner than later the chances will turn into goals. So we just got to stick with it, and we got to keep the fans on our side and keep pushing us and keep supporting us, and we'll be where we need to be in the table soon.
There's a lot of Crawley Town fans who would have looked at this game this morning as almost a home banker, to be honest, and there's obviously frustration around on social media and on some of the forums that Crawley haven't gone and won this game by 3 or 4 goals to nil, but that's not always a realistic outlook, is it?
Of course not. They're fighting for their lives. Look, we play Birmingham a month ago, or however long it was, and we could have won that game, and they God knows what their budget is, so that's not the way this league works. Any of the leagues work, really. So we just got to keep working hard, and we've got to go into Stockport and put in a really good performance and hopefully get the 3 points and move on from there.
Once the equaliser came, though, to us in the press box, it looked like Crawley were the only team that were likely to go on and win it. There was a couple of half chances. The ball pinballed around the 18-yard box. There's a call for a penalty. You get the free kick on the edge of the box. Whilst you were out there playing, did you feel like a winner was going to come at some stage? Yeah, of course. We just felt like that the whole game, that we were on the verge of just getting that next goal. It's just one of those games. Don't know how many times I've played in games that have been like that, where you're dominating the game and we haven't managed to score, basically, and it's frustrating. We know it's frustrating, but it was a good performance. We dominated the game. That's all we could do. We just needed to put the ball in the back of the net. So hopefully, maybe we save them today and we can go into Stockport and score a few. Looking ahead then to Stockport, Dion, and beyond that, it's an ironic thing really that the next 3 games see you come up against the 3 fellow promoted sides from League 2 last season. You go to Stockport, you go to Mansfield, and then Wrexham come here. Then it's a trip away to Bolton. I guess there are no easy games in League 1, particularly in a position that Crawley currently find themselves in. But Rob was just saying to us that those are the sort of games that as a squad, the players really need to relish going up against those sort of opponents. Yeah, of course. It's the whole part of being a footballer. You've got to enjoy these games, coming up against good teams and testing yourself as an individual player. We know what the message is. We know what we got to do whole next week, preparing for these games, and we're going to give everything we can and hopefully put in some good performances and come away with some points. And if we look further ahead, Dion, towards the end of the season, which is obviously a long way off at the moment, if you look at the sort of bottom quarter, I guess, of the League 1 table, there's a lot of sides in that sort of danger area that still need to come here to the Broadfield Stadium. Obviously, Burton have been here today, but Cambridge still need to come, Peterborough still need to come, Northampton still need to come down here, Bristol Rovers still need to come here. Home form for this second half of the season is going to be absolutely vital, isn't it? Yeah, but we don't really want to. I've been in that position. You don't want to leave it to last minute to need the result. So we got to take control of it as early as we can, and hopefully today was the start of it. We just need to kick on and hopefully use the momentum today and the good performance, and like I said before, some really good actions, and take them into the next few weeks stretch of tough games and creep up the table. Well, let's hope that's the case. Dion Conroy talking there to Gary Smith after Crawley's 1-1 draw with Burton Albion in League 1 yesterday. I say a result that still leaves Crawley in the relegation places, now 5 points adrift of Northampton, who are in the first safety place. You're listening to a sports special here on this Sunday afternoon. Myself, Adrian Hums, featuring our game between Manchester United and Brighton and Hove Albion at Old Trafford. The half-time scoreline 1 apiece. Back there shortly with Johnny and Warren. Elsewhere in the Premier League, though, plenty of goals in the first half of both matches so far. Everton leading Tottenham by 3-0 at Goodison Park as the pressure increases on the Tottenham manager Ant Postecoglou. I know they've got a lot of injuries, Tottenham, but they really are struggling in the Premier League at the moment. They lost to Arsenal in midweek and getting beaten soundly at Goodison Park so far this afternoon. I guess as far as Albion fans are concerned, Everton are the next visitors to the Amex, just as Everton run into a bit of form. And elsewhere, 3 goals also at the City Ground, where Nottingham Forest lead the bottom side, Southampton, by 3-0. Meanwhile, at Old Trafford, it's 1 apiece. Let's go back there now for full commentary on the whole of the second half with our summariser, the former Albion striker Warren Aspinall, your match commentator Johnny Cantor.
Thanks very much indeed, Adrian. Yep, we are back. Albion out first here at Old Trafford, 1 apiece. As you say, João Pedro just stretching through his legs, but he seems to be okay after going down just before the half-time whistle. It doesn't look like any changes from either side. And what have Albion got to do in this second half, Warren, that they struggled with in that first half to get themselves back in front here?
Well, there's loads of space in behind, Johnny, and we've got in on a couple of occasions just playing probably a long ball instead of trying to go the patient and trying to suck us on, but it's not worked, that, I don't think. So people were saying there, Minte's done more work off the ball than he has with the ball.
Yes,
and the right,
and it's been good work as well.
Yes.
United kick us off, attacking the Stratford end, playing from right to left as we look on here. That's Old Trafford, a bit of head tennis going on in the middle with Xerxes winning out, eventually cushioned back by Mitoma to Van Hecker. Now Beltman tight on this right side, pushing the ball up the line. Minte gets it from João Pedro, nice movement, fluid there from the Albion, now working the ball a little bit quicker. Maybe just Fabian Herzlich injecting a little bit of urgency into their play, perhaps in that half-time talk. And they started the first half very well indeed, didn't they, getting that goal after just 5 minutes, but pegged back after the Bruno Fernandes penalty, which I said they're good on the road. And of course they generally do quite well against Manchester United. They won 7 out of 15 Premier League games against them, and that's the highest win ratio against any other team. Back flick there by Estupinian, hoisted up to Pedro. He's got time to take that on his chest and look up and feed Minte, who doesn't quite get it under control, but he's got time to go and get it down the right side of the box. 2 defenders in front of him, shifted in there, took a deflection. Mitoma pulls it back, hit by Belieber, and it was a good strike. It came off Maguire. The keeper comes out to take it eventually, but I'd like to see that straight on there, because it was not a bad knock that from Carlos Belieber.
Good strike from Belieber, Johnny. Well, it was going to go in goal, but we moved the ball very quick there, Johnny, from left to right, and we got in. Minte trying to put it through the legs of the. It just fell too.
Yeah, Mitoma did the right thing, laid it back. I think it wasn't sure it was going on target, but he seemed to connect with it quite decently. So promising start to the second half from Carlos Belieber in the Albion. Xerxes now, who's led the line well for United, but Van Hecker doing well, and it goes in for the second challenge too. Strong challenge. Good work there by Jan-Paul Van Hecker, and shaking hands there with Fernandes. It was a fair challenge by both players. Adam Webster's warming up. Lewis Dunk had a little bit, he was holding his leg slightly, so seems to be okay, and has started the second half. The Albion captain, as Maguire floats the ball across to the right touchline. Mazraoui looking for Ahmad, who looks a threat and certainly in this game has caused problems. We need to try and nullify that if they can. Lots of people getting back to their seats. Gordon Greer is there, the Albion loans manager. He looks like a rock star, doesn't he, nowadays? Certainly a busy man with Albion with so many loans, which of course based up in the northwest, as Manchester United go on the attack, and it's that man Ahmad again down the right side trying to take on Estupinian, still going left footed. Good block there by Lewis Dunk. Well, he was shown far too much respect and too much space there, and he hit it really forcefully. Thankfully Albion skipper acting like a wall. Oh, and it's missed here by Yankuba Minte. Dallo offside though. It was tight. I was just saying to someone at half-time walking downstairs, Pervis Estupinian looks a little bit tired, playing a lot of games. There's no real natural replacement.
No, there's not.
No Igor at the moment, of course. No Kadioglu can play left back. Even Hinchelwood has at times. But someone's just trodden on Beltman's foot there.
Don't know about that, Johnny.
One of those pressure ones. It certainly looked like he was in pain. His toes taped up when he plays football, Joel Veltman. Gets friction burns and blisters on his toes. And no surprise really, his return has coincided with Albion's defensive record improving. But can they find something up the other end of the pitch now, with Ayari in possession on halfway, back to Dunk. I'm really impressed by the quality on show today in the press from earlier. Probably have to agree. Both these sides, of course, desperate to try and get themselves up the table.
poor Man United side, that's for sure.
It is. I kind of feel this is an opportunity for the Seagulls, something that they've passed up already today. May well see some changes coming on later on. The likes of Jorginho Ruta will be desperate to play after his recent performances. We discussed that before kick-off, of course, as well. I've been having to go all the way back to Bart Verbruggen.
Maybe a lamp to Johnny.
Yeah.
Come on, just to go help Minte going forward wise, defensive wise. Veltman's very good, but he doesn't help Minte going forward, does he?
And also, I think they just have to be a little bit careful with Joel Veltman. For his 33rd birthday. Just a reminder, Nottingham Forest 3-0 up at home against Southampton. Solid in third place and creating a 6-point gap from Newcastle United. Eyeing up Champions League, not just Europe. And to their manager Nuno Espirito Santo. Here's Pedro, a little flick to Welbeck. Welbeck chasing in on the angle. Caught in a Maguire and Mainu sandwich, and the referee's given the free kick.
I think Mainu knocked Welbeck, didn't go for the ball, just knocked him off the ball into Maguire. So it's a soft landing for Welbeck because he's run into Maguire, hasn't he?
Yeah,
it's just a little,
did the clever thing that went across it. So a free kick over on the right side. It's a good 15 yards outside the box. Good scoreline for Everton, who are 3-0 up at home against Tottenham. Going great guns. Don't forget the Albion Unlimited podcast back Tuesday if you want to catch it on BBC Sounds. We'll be digesting the weekend. We'll also be looking at the Fantasy Football League and the Albion Unlimited podcast standings. Glad I left Justin Cliver on the bench this week. And of course, selection of guests, and we'll be previewing that game at home against Everton next weekend. But here's the free kick. Ayari standing over it. 4 at the back post. Mitoma, Dunk, Van Hecke all in there as well as Veltman. And Ayari slips as he takes it, and it falls for Van Hecke. And he's clipped the man, but it falls there for Pedro. Sticks it underneath Onana. Manchester United players protest that the referee Peter Banks. Pedro is celebrating. We'll see if it's reviewed, but as it stands, Albion lead once more.
Well, it's a poor free kick, isn't it? He slipped as he takes it, but we'll take it.
Well, Peter Banks being crowded out there, of course. Craig Pawson will probably have a look. Pedro feels like he scored. Well, as he took it, he slipped.
He's onside.
He's onside. And then, is there a foul in there? Somebody goes down to the ground. I think it's Kobe Mainu.
No, it's not Kobe Mainu. It's Darlow. I don't know why he's gone down. He's gone down. I don't know why he's gone down. Don't know why.
Well, he's still on the ground. It's a good finish by Pedro. He kept going, playing to the whistle, as you're told as a youngster. But, well, there's a little bit of confusion here. Dallow's going to get some treatment in the aftermath of that. See, if I was Lewis Dunk, I'd now say to the Albion players, get yourself back ready to start the game as if you've scored.
Of course.
Rather than create this uncertainty around what's happened, because the longer that goes on, but this could be a big moment in the game, Warren. And the man in the middle of it is Peter Banks. He's now having a discussion with Bruno Fernandes, who says you'll just have to hang on because Craig Pawson is checking. And a possible foul.
No way. What's that? No.
Well, he does kick the bottom of. No, I'm sure he kicks the bottom of Ballow's foot. Oh, it could be soft if it is. Oh, good grief. Well, you know what's going to happen, I think, don't you? Peter Banks coming to the near side. This is what I don't quite understand, Warwick. So if Craig Pawson has got 20 screens in Stockley Park, he's asking Peter Banks to go and look at one. Surely he should be, I mean, he's talking him through it clearly, but I think the fact that Dallow's foot is in between the boot of Jan-Paul Van Hecke and the ball will probably mean this is chalked off.
It's not enough to stop the goal, Johnny.
Not for me. Now Dallow's saying to Danny Welbeck, well, It's going to be very, very soft if it is. But Peter Banks studying it hard.
Yeah.
I think he's going to chalk it off myself, but no goal, free kick, still 1-1. I have to say, I think the close-up of the boot being underneath Dalot's, either way, it was a terrible, terrible free kick. And we may be fortunate. I think it's his reaction as well, because he goes down and is hurt and rolls around. I don't think that helps the situation.
It's not a situation, that the Brighton players are hanging around the 6-yard box thinking, okay, I think this is going to disallowed.
Yeah.
Get back.
Yeah, exactly. Getting involved. It's crazy. I know you might want to have somebody speak to the referee. I kind of understand that, but well, they scored within 5 minutes in the first half. They thought they might have scored within 10 minutes of the second half, but it remains one apiece here at Old Trafford.
It must give you a bit of confidence, that, doesn't it?
Terrible free kick they won.
You said earlier.
I know you slipped, but how many Albion players have slipped today? A short pass there by Lewis Dunk, picked up by Carlos Baliba, trying to push towards halfway. Was he brought down? No, says the referee. Fall kindly for Ayari. He drives it across the pitch. Beltman stops, checks, comes back, and there's a nice ball in behind. A good run by Ayari down the right side of the area. Tries the cross, blocked by Dalot. Now Minte, he's got an opportunity. He sends it in there, and just the cross falls at the feet of Vanana, and just claims it comfortably. Didn't make its way through to Welbeck. Man United wanted him to drive the ball forward. There's no real competition for Ayari in the middle at the moment, with no O'Reilly, no Hinchelwood, no Vifa.
Well, I think Ayari's been the better at the two.
Yeah, not really seen much from Carlos Baliba today. More to come, let's hope, in the next 35 minutes or so. Welbeck tracking back now. Fernandez trying to go with Yankuba Minte, but Minte's found Baliba. He's stretching, never got it under control. Ugarte picks it up. Really not at the races today, Carlos Baliba. Looks sluggish. Here's Xerxes peeling away to the left. Baliba trying to get back. That's better. Making amends. Albion trying to play it out of defence. Baliba turns and comes wide. Wants someone to go up the channel. That's where he sent it. Off goes Minte. Maguire and Lenny Yoro combine. Work that one out of a little cul-de-sac on this left-hand side. Flicked by Mainu. Darlow playing with real confidence now. Darlow up the line to Fernandez, who's clipped there by Baliba. Free kick. Wangles his finger in the face of Peter Banks, but it certainly was a foul. Free kick for Manchester United.
He's been booked, don't forget, hasn't he? Baliba. From the penalty.
Yes, he was.
So I'll be looking to take him off.
Yeah.
Sluggish. There's Dorvin. Fernandez just didn't do anything to go past. He just stopped the ball, and I believe he leaves his foot in it. That could have been a yellow. Yeah. So he needed to bring on.
And here is the free kick to be taken by Fernandez into the box, not met by anybody, and it goes sailing through behind for a goal kick. Who's an ours? Delict was probably the closest. Albion worryingly didn't have a defender there. I wonder whether they are contemplating change. Yes, Carlos Baliba and Yankuba Minte have both been booked in the game so far.
This might be the day for a new signing, Johnny.
Yeah, Diego Gomez on the bench, a natural replacement. They tread very carefully with him, haven't they, in terms of easing him into action. Here's Mitoma. No foul. It was a reasonable challenge by Ahmad. Launched up to halfway. Dunk with the header to find Welbeck. Welbeck into the feet there of Estupinian. Caught from behind. Again, no foul, says the referee. Peter Banks has certainly let a lot run today as they played in behind Lewis Dunk, but no runner forward for Manchester United. I think it probably was a foul.
Like I say, he's letting things go, Peter Banks. But
yeah. What I feel though is like you can manage games in lots of ways. You can manage them with the ball, but also you need to manage the referee as well. If you understand what he's doing and how he's playing, Yeah, here's Ayari. Good work from him to skip away from Ugarte. Through the middle of the pitch. No one out wide. Feeds Yankuba Minte. Chips it towards the back post.
Yes.
And it's an own goal. Mitoma was there too. But Minte curling it towards the back post. And Albion have the lead once more here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1. Brighton and Hove Albion 2.
I think the back post, I think Mitoma's put that in, Johnny. He's got in front of, I don't know if he's crashing the post, but it's a good run from Pedro, taking the defender away. He gets fouled in the penalty box. If it wasn't, maybe could be a penalty, but good running from Mitoma. That's a lovely ball from Minte. Get your head up, Minte, and cross it. And that's what he's just done today.
Yeah, you've got to give Yari credit as well.
Yeah.
Drove through the middle of the pitch.
This could have been a free kick.
Yeah, he was caught late, wasn't he? Credit to the referee for playing on, and it's curled to the back post, and I think it is Mitoma who just gets there before the defender.
Well, I think it's gone beyond defender, Johnny, and he's got his foot around it, his right foot. He's not gone with his left, he's gone with his right, and there. And he puts the
Mazraoui ends up colliding with the post, but the ball is nestling in the corner.
Mazraoui's cut him in two, Johnny. Hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, for the first one it was Mitoma feeding Minte. This time Minte's feeding Mitoma. They're enjoying themselves.
He's picking his ribs up. But he's got his foot there. But not in his ribs, it's in his pelvic area. But let's see the Brighton fans now.
Well, what they need to do now, though, once they scored in the first half, they went back into themselves. They've got to stay positive, haven't they?
Yeah, they put the ball over the top again, Johnny's down the side. The referee's played well there, because I think he could have given the free kick. Fernandez on Ayari. Ugarte just comes in late. But to refer to, Minte gets his head up, stopped it with his right, swings it in with his left. So a lovely ball.
Yeah, it was. And I think that's what he just needs to do. Early balls into the box. He's now got Welbeck and Pedro with a little bit more height and a little bit more of a threat.
You don't need to, Johnny, you don't need to beat your defender. Beckham didn't have the pace. You don't have to have the pace. Just get it half a yard and get it in.
Well, he did it to really good effect there to set up Mitoma. His second goal in as many games. Off goes Minte now, trying to put pressure on Maguire. Maguire eases it back there to Onana. Stab ball up to the chest of Kobbie Mainoo. Now Fernandez into Dalot, lays it back off to his captain, and Fernandez plays it into the middle to Xerxes. Ayari doing well there just to hold up Manchester United, allow his teammates to get back. That's good work there by the Swedish international.
Yeah, he ran across him, didn't he? Good play from Ayari there.
Well, it finished 2-1 at the Amex. Albion would dearly love it to finish 2-1 here, but a lot of football still to be played here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. 18 minutes into this second half. 2-1 Albion lead. Pedro forced a mistake out of Yoro. Maguire's just thumped the ball forward out of hope and desperation, but it's turned into a really good pass for Dalot, coming off the left flank, step over in front of Veltman. Now trying to get away from Baliba. Fernandez floating that ball towards the back post, and Verbruggen lets it go out of play for a goal kick.
I think he has to strike it there, Fernandez, doesn't he? He's got a great strike on him. He's trying to whip it in outside of his right foot, complicate things.
Here come changes. Garnacho is coming on, and so is Collier.
So two centre midfield players are coming off again, Johnny.
So Garnacho,
Fernandez will just go into midfield, won't he?
Yeah, Collier on. Mainoo has come off, and who's the other one to come off there?
Ugarte.
Ugarte. So another goal at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 4-1 up. I think this might be good news for you. Warren Milenkovic has got the goal. Oh, poor back pass. Stretching there is Van Hecker. Absolutely suicidal at times at the back, Albion today. Just crazy work at the back. So unnecessary as well. And now they come back. We've got a throw level with the penalty area, Manchester United. Goes back to Yoro. This is what happened last time. What can Albion do here? Trying to win back possession. Collier.
Collier's got legs and he wants to get forward, Johnny.
Yeah, he wants to get on the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got those socks around the ankles.
We might have a bit of joy with Fernandez, Johnny, getting beyond him, Ayari and
yeah, without maybe the legs as Dallo pushes down the left, wins a corner. Actually, Garnacho felt that he'd been fouled by Joel Veltman, but all the same, Manchester United have a corner. Are we leading by 2-1 here? 20 minutes played of the second half. Trying to push for a third consecutive win against United. Fernandez got the penalty for United. Wanting to have something to say about that though, as he takes the corner and chips it right in on the goal line, and Verbruggen punches it over his crossbar. Under pressure, but did well. That could so easily have gone into the back of his own net, but
I think Solly March might be coming on, Johnny, just to double up on that left hand side.
Yeah, give him a bit of help, but it's another corner again from the Manchester United left. Fernandez, same ploy, same punch, headed back in, goes to the back post. Believer can take it away, trying to stick it long, and Mitoma latches onto it. Lovely good skill. He's only got Minte in the middle. Those two have combined twice already for goals, but a decent tackle in the end. Well, Ahmad it was who got back.
What he's done there, Hammer, he's tremendous, isn't he? It's all about attacking, isn't it, and getting all the glory for that. But to fair Minte as well on for the Brighton team, the work rate getting in off the ball is tremendous.
Absolutely fantastic work, but annoying for the Seagulls. Minte working his way back. Well, congratulations to Karu Mitoma, finally now the out and out Japan record Premier League goal scorer, surpassing Akazaki's record. 15 in total in the Premier League for him, whereby he's been certainly back to his best of late, and an assist and a goal today. As Darlow plays it into the centre circle. Fernandez centrally positioned now, out wide to Garnacho, the fresh legs, and to go up against Veltman. Veltman trying to send him out wide. Garnacho goes down, no penalty.
But what I'm worried about now, Johnny, there, left one-on-one with Veltman, Garnacho, and Believer's not just jogging along, and Van Hecke had to say, look, get and go and help him.
Yeah, there's a really good piece of analysis on Match of the Day last night where they're talking about Sander Berger and the way that he gets behind and just acts as another defender if he needs to. Get yourself back into position, help your teammates out. It was worthwhile, but Jorginho Ruta and Solly March look like they're going to be coming on. As Believer swings one long to Yankuba Minte, brings it down on his left foot. No one really in the middle at the moment, but he tries to get the cross in. It's blocked by Dallow, out for a corner. Look, that's not bad.
It's not bad, Johnny, because he had space to run into. He's collected on the 18-yard box. He's faced Darlow up and he's gone, OK, I'm going to take you on the outside here, and he's got us a corner. Can't take people on when you've got 2 yards of space there and trying to outrun and run around. He's
he's back by the edge of the box. He's got time to space to run into. And surely that will come. So who's going to come off here? Looks like Danny Welbeck might be coming off. So Welbeck off. Wonder whether Pedro Mo goes the 9 and Ruta just behind, or vice versa.
Well, Minte's coming off.
Yankuba Minte
maybe push Ariari.
He's done well today, Yankuba Minte, hasn't he? Of course, got the goal, set up the assist for, and he assisted for Karu Mitoma, but he's also done some really good defensive work.
Danny well again worked hard, didn't he? Fed off scraps, hasn't he? Really, no balls.
Yeah, and that one shot that was blocked. It's going to be a corner, so who's going to take it? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe Solly March will come across and take it. I think he wants a little bit of a... Solly March is the chant to the tune of Daddy Cool. And it will be March to take it, so his first contribution will be a corner down this right side. Dunk in motion in the penalty box. Lowry on the edge of the area. March left-footed with pace, easily headed away. Quite get enough on it. Lets it go out of play. Well, March really playing his more familiar role on the right-hand side of midfield.
Yeah.
Came on as a right back, didn't he, at one stage on his return. Throw goes to him from Veltman. Out for another throw. And if you're just joining us on a Sunday afternoon, maybe you've been out for a walk, 20 minutes left of the second half. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. Goals from Minte and Mitoma for the Seagulls. Sandwiched in between that was a penalty from Bruno Fernandes. Albion win a corner, throw to the byline there. Pedro just bounces it back to March again. Lewis Dunk points where he wants it. Back post, I think he said. Right in on the keeper, perhaps.
Yeah, underneath the keeper you have to go. He's not the best, this goalkeeper, is he?
How many players are now inside the 6-yard box, Warren?
Well, it'd be easy to count out who's out.
Yes, you're probably right. Well, 5 at the moment. 5 outfield players outside. So, March once again. Oh, Peter Banks going in there and having a look at a little bit of pushing and shoving, and Van Hecker holding his foot there. He's ended up on the ground inside the goal. So maybe someone's maybe trodden on his foot. But he's still down. And, holding his left leg, I think. Well, the referee went in quickly because he saw that something was going on. Lenny Yoro tries to get him to his feet.
We'll see in a minute. Look, Oana. He knows what he's doing, Johnny. He's just stood on his foot.
Well, I wonder whether this might be checked.
There you go. Kicked.
I think the thing is, can you determine whether that's
not in play, Johnny,
intentional or not?
Well, hang on a minute. Not intentional. Of course it's intentional.
You can never know for sure. Well, I don't think it's going to be given. And Van Hecker's back up and he's standing in front of Anana. March is eventually going to get his second opportunity with another corner. And takes it from this right side in at the near post. Glancing header by Veltman, away by Maguire. Ayari sends it high. Maguire once more. Beyond Ruter, sends it long. Believer, the final defender. Takes it away there from Garnacho. Chipping it back to his defence. A late challenge. Free kick for the Albion in the centre circle.
I don't know what Brighton are playing up there though, Johnny. Garnacho's inside his own half. Beyond
every single player.
Yeah. Free. Better ball, it's free.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially someone with some electrifying pace, but thankfully he was there. Colliery it was who went banging into Carlos Believer, but 18 minutes left of the second half. United 1, Albion 2. Lewis Dunk now trying to send it forward. Ruter's about 5 yards offside. A quick flag this time from the assistant referee. I don't think he needs to go that early. We'll talk a little bit about how Jorginho Ruter was maybe a little bit unlucky not to be in the starting 11, bearing in mind his recent performances, but he's got an opportunity here. He only scored 6 league goals for Leeds in 57 appearances, but talked about all those assists that he made. Can he pop up with another one this afternoon for the Seagulls? The challenge there by Pedro, helping out is March, who tries to get it down the line back to his teammate, but Fabian Hertz are there just having a word with Jorginho Ruter. I don't know who's going right, who's going left. They seem to be on the right wavelength, and Fabian Hertz are not too happy. Goes back to sit down. De Ligt sending it forward. Ahmad in a dangerous position, sucking Lewis Dunk out onto that far side. Ahmad into the box, tees it up. Xerxes, good block there by one of the Albion defenders.
I want to know where Estupiñán's going there, Johnny. I don't know what he's doing.
He has been run a little bit ragged today, Pervis Estupiñán, and Ahmad going again. Goal kick.
I just don't know where Estupiñán was going there, Johnny.
I'm not too sure he was either, really.
Ahmed's there on his with Estupiñán, but Estupiñán runs forward 10 yards and he just plays it over the top of his head. It's crazy defending. Keep your shape.
Need to be. The game management was good on Thursday night. They need it to be good again in the final 15 minutes of this game. Manchester United have scored 10 goals in the last quarter of an hour of matches, plus added on time this season, as Stupinian sends it across the pitch. Again, he slipped as he hit it. How many Albion players? A lot of them wearing these orange boots. None of them seem to have the right footwear. Veltman as well to take it away from Xerxes. Van Hecker out wide, March with the first time ball. Ayari darting forward, early cross into the box. No one really anticipated it. Missed there, and it's Jorginho Ruta. A mistake by Anana. Albion have a 2-goal cushion. Jorginho Ruta in the form of his life. Another goal for him. It's Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 3.
Honest, that goalkeeper, Johnny. I don't know why we put crosses in, and now the crowd they're off, Johnny. He said to go 2 goals down, this crowd will start leaving, and there it is. It's just an open ball for Ayari. The keeper's come out sliding out, and it looks like he's got springs on his gloves, doesn't he? Springs on his gloves. Just pushes it out and says, here, just take it around me, because I'm on the deck as well. Got my head in my hands, and you've got an empty net to put it in, and that's what Ruta did. Thanks for coming. What are you doing, keeper? But
nice play on the near side though, wasn't it? March feeding Ayari. He went for the early cross. There was no one really in there, but well, it turned into a good pass from Anana.
Watch this. Here,
palms it out away from De Ligt and straight to Jorginho Ruta. Johnny on the spot. 3-1 Albion.
Johnny on the spot. Look at this keeper. What are you doing, mate? Got 70 hands. What? Honest.
Well, the Albion fans chanting Jorginho's name.
So far, De Ligt nearly got hit, didn't he? Went through De Ligt's legs.
Yeah, tried to recover, didn't he? Well, next 10 minutes, Albion now need. We talked about game management, Warren. This is key now.
It certainly is, Johnny. But the reserve goalkeeper, Johnny, who played against the Arsenal.
Bayindir, yeah.
Bayindir. He was thinking, what do I have to do to get into this team?
Yeah,
there's a wicket in him every game.
Yes. Jorginho Ruta's hurt himself there, but he's getting up to his feet as Albion go back to the keeper. Well, I think I need to say positive here, Warren.
I don't know why
they've gone all the way back to the keeper. He's played it out wide. March has headed it back in play. He's gone out for a throw, but it would have gone straight to Collier. Why did Ayari not try and stay progressive, try and stay up the pitch?
I just thought
I think Albion's best form of defence is attack.
Yeah, I don't want to now to kind of play a keep ball.
No. Well, they tried to do that in the first half after the first goal. Goes back post, Xerxes there, but Verbruggen comes out.
Be a big 3 points this, Johnny, to close that gap in front.
Absolutely.
In the top.
Try and build some momentum. We said it's been a happy hunting ground. We've said that they seem to love to play against Manchester United in the Premier League. Ball forward there towards Solly March, but it's headed clear, picked up by Fernandez into the feet there of Xerxes, foul from behind by Lewis Dunk. Points to the ball, Dunky, but the referee having none of it. Well, I make it. We've got 12 minutes. It's too long, isn't it? Plus added on time, Warren. The free kick is about 25 yards outside the box. Fernandez is going to take it, dinks it into the box. Maguire's gone forward, but Dunk with an important header. Stupinian's clearance is high, not that long. Collier though heading it into trouble, and Mitoma's onto it, playing it out to the left. Mazraoui trying to get across to stop Ruta. He bumps into Ahmad, who's hurt himself, but again has done some good defensive work there for Manchester United to win it back.
Well, Ahmed is probably not the most influenced player on the Man United side, but what he's done is the work rate from the young lad there. He's thinking, who am I playing with here?
Well, he's on the ball again now. He likes a late goal. Albion will be wary of that as Collier goes back out to him on the right side of the Seagulls box, waiting for Dallo to go on the overlap, but it's a short pass to Fernandez by the right corner of the area. Dallo out wide, Stupinian holding, in comes the cross, header away there by Veltman, back in by De Ligt. He gets it out there, and Stupinian just touches the ball out for a throw. Taken quickly. Albion trying to slow things down, but United go again. Ayari see that ball out of play, goal kick.
It don't matter Ayari, because he knows what it's doing. He just flicked it onto Ahmed. It's gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the groans from the Stretford end, I think, were just because of what had happened rather than the fact that they felt that it was the wrong decision. It's plenty of them getting quite irate. They could get more irate here because Albion are bound to take their time with this goal kick. So the away form this season has been excellent, and this would be another important win if they can hold on. 3-1 they lead. Belieber back there to Jan-Paul van Hecker, and to create the width. Bruggen going long, trying to find Ruta. Yoro is there, heads it into Fernandez, back to Maguire. We need to keep pushing, keep tight, not allow them time on the ball. Dallow heading on there to Ahmad. Ahmad dispossessed by Lewis Dunk, who has to concede the throw though on halfway on the right hand side. Manchester United still pushing to try and get one back.
Yeah, now you have to keep your shape and work hard, don't you? I just saw two centre forward player there, one from Pedro who backed in and held Yoro off, and then Ruta did the same, but he came off Yoro, so Yoro got a jump on him. You have to back into him, stop him jumping.
Well, substitutes were made, and did make a difference.
Just have to keep it shape, don't you?
Absolutely. Spread wide there. Garnacho won't get to it. Solimarch getting back behind Joel Veltman. And that's what Solimarch is all about, isn't he? Up and down. And Veltman appreciates that, gives him a little bit of a handshake there.
Well, you see Minte do that all game, haven't we? To help Veltman out. And Solimarch just has to keep doing that.
Well, here come the cavalry for Manchester United with Hoyland coming on.
Hoyland and Anthony.
Anthony, who'd been linked with a move away. Now Batiste interested. And Albion preparing Tariq Lamptey to come on as well. They've only made 2 changes so far, still with just under 10 minutes remaining. Ahmad on the right hand side. We've been trying to stop any form of cross. That's the important thing.
Well, they've got the shape back, Brighton. They've got all men behind the ball, 30 yards out, all working hard. Don't let any spaces, any gaps open up, and close them down quickly.
Maybe it takes a small lapse of concentration. That's what happens sometimes when the legs start to get a little bit tired, but they'll dig deep as Maguire fires it long, and it's a good run by Dallow, who's got him behind Xerxes in the middle. Good tracking back there. I think it was Karamitsoma. As important as his goal and assist, that was a brilliant tackle there. He may well have conceded the corner, Warren, but he had to make it because Darlow was in behind.
Well, yeah, because he knows he's run off Mitoma. Probably not sleeping, but he's got back just in time.
He has, out for a corner on the right hand side. Manchester United waiting to make the changes. They're not going to do it just before the corner. Left footed into the 6-yard box, glancing header, falls there at the feet of Xerxes, then away. There's a foul in there. Peter Banks deciding someone had got in there too tight.
Well, do you know what they've done? There's about 3 players who tried to kick the ball away and slashed at it, missed it completely.
Mazraoui coming off. And the other change. I think Xerxes off. Yep.
He's chasing again, you have to leave him on, don't you?
I thought, yeah, go 2 up top. And here's the change for the Albion with Tariq Lamptey coming on for Pervis Estupiñán. Yep, does make a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
I think you've got a feel for Pervis Estupiñán. He has played probably more football for club and country than anybody.
Yeah,
he's had a tough day today.
He's had a tough day.
He kept working hard.
Playing against a good player.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, what a brilliant left back he has been, and he gets a big hug from Fabian Herzler. So Lamptey will go in at left back. March remains on the right.
Yeah. All you have to do is watch that step over, doesn't he? From Anthony, that's all he does.
Yeah, don't let him come inside. As Albion clear long. Dallow's coming to the left back position. Header forward. Pedro trying to put pressure on Lenny Yoro. Free kick. Too much pressure.
Yeah, too much pressure, but you don't mind that in the final third.
Yeah, ball's moving, so it's going to have to come back. So approaching 5 minutes plus added on time. Albion 3-1 up here at Old Trafford. Still work to be done though, you feel? I think at half-time we knew it wasn't going to be 1-1, didn't we? Either way, there was going to be more goals. Is there going to be more late goals here? Here's Dallow playing as a left wing-back now, into the middle, Collier. Matoma ran into him, but it falls for Fernandez. He squares it, Delict over halfway on the right, playing it out wide. Ahmad. Lamptey trying to stay close and force him back. That's good defending there by Tariq Lamptey. Will he be staying at the Albion? Here's Fernandez linking up with Collier again. Those two, little 1-2. Now it's got out wide. Ahmad on the attack, into the box, still going. Gets to the byline, tries to drag it back. It's way there to the far side. Cleared by Mitoma. Up to Jorginho Ruta. Lets it come across his body, but there's a defender behind. So United have it again. Ruta trying to work hard to just nick it off United, but here comes Harry Maguire sending a ball across the face of goal. Too firm for Hoyland. Goal kick.
Yeah, they just got caught out on the left hand side again with Mitoma and Lamptey. It's a new combination. Hamid got in behind. Good recovering challenge though from Lamptey, and a good save at the near post.
Cheerio is the shout from the Albion fans as some of the United supporters decide that they've seen enough. Albion very close now to victory.
The only fans who'll be left in here, Johnny, is the foreign fans who need the planes. They might as well watch in 90 minutes, aren't they? All the rest, the local will be gone.
We said that they needed it to stay in contention with the likes of Bournemouth, Villa and Manchester City, especially after the games yesterday. Ahmad doesn't control that one, goes out of play for a throw. Bearing in the mix, so they'll also push themselves away from the likes of United themselves and Tottenham, who are still struggling. They're 3-1 down against Everton this afternoon. Starting to look like, well, probably 3 from 4, but certainly Southampton look like they're gone. Leicester in trouble as well. Albion, though, focused on trying to get back into the European places. Headed back out for another throw on halfway on the left hand side for the Seagulls.
Like you said, John, it doesn't matter what Man United team you're beating Man United, aren't you? I mean, that's puts a statement out as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially not on the heels of that victory against Ipswich.
Been a good week.
Yes.
FA Cup.
Yeah, 3 consecutive wins would be very nice indeed. So Pedro's gone down. Ball not out. The referee has blown up though.
I think he may have got elbowed in the
mouth. If you look at it in all competitions though, Warren, as well, you look at it's now going to be 7 undefeated in all comps. Yeah, just goes to show how difficult Albion are to get past.
Mentioned it before, Johnny. You need to start turning these draws into wins. The chairman is here, Johnny.
Yes, he is. He'll certainly have enjoyed the scoreline. David Weir here too. I've had a few words with his son, who was sent off yesterday.
Yeah, we're going home, David, tonight after this game, Johnny, because he's in the northwest. And he'll be having a word with his son, that's for sure, guarantee it. Stupid foul, I watched it. It's from my hometown club as well, Wigan. But we got the win, 2-1.
Well, Albion get the win here. They lead by 3 goals to 1. All 3 games in the Premier League, currently 3-1. Ball out of play for a Manchester United throw. Came off Solly March. Just telling the referee that it should go back a few yards, but it's taken by Dallow, and Lenny Yoro has it. Little short ball to Fernandez. He pings it across the pitch to find Ahmad. Ahmad, what does Lamat do here? Plays it into Anthony. Anthony inside the box, one side of the area. Ahmad once more, shaping to shoot. Lamptey's in front of him, doesn't want to just lunge in. Garnacho joining the attack and sends it over the bar and into the Stratford end.
It's good defending, good work from Brighton. His snapshot on Garnacho is way high over the bar, isn't it? Brighton fans having a party in the corner.
Yeah, they are. You could probably hear them. Great to see. I think it must be the one that everyone looks out for now, the way that things have gone. That would be yet another victory against them. That's been 8 out of 16, so they will have won half their games against United in the Premier League. And no Pascal Gross today either, because he always likes a goal against United. Well, still got a little bit of injury time, and Albion have been known to concede late goals. And hopefully they will have learnt those lessons, as Carlos Believer not strong enough there against Garnacho. Veltman thumping the ball long, which mean a booking, but he won't get it, I don't think, at this stage. Throw on halfway then. Dallow to take it for United. 3-1 Albion lead here late on. Eight minutes to be added on then. We've had a couple of VAR checks, haven't we, actually, in this game, as Anthony charges forward, trying to get to the byline, hooks it across into the area, picked up by Ahmed, he leaves it, shot by Garnacho, deflected, out of play. The United fans maybe sensing that they could get a goal, and maybe with that additional time there may be an opportunity here.
Yeah, just have to be strong now, take the quick one.
Curl towards the back post, up there goes Van Hecke, headed away. Mitoma trying to get it away, Collier tidies up, squares it out wide to the left to Garnacho, jinking onto his right side. Can Albion just hold them up, and there is that an offside on the flag's gone down now, but I think it probably was. There has been a goal at Forest, who now leads Southampton by 3-2. Paul Onuachu's got a late goal there for Saints in that one. Because Albion have got a trouble there. They'll be glad for a few home comforts after this week, but what a week it's been on the road.
It's been a superb week, Johnny. I know we've travelled long miles, and for these fans, long days, spending lots of money.
Yeah, it's pretty much been worth it, that's for sure. But there's still just a little bit more work to do as United try and go long. Højlund trying to get away there from Van Hecke, but it hit him on the back, and then Van Hecke turns to get it back to Verbruggen. He hits it long. Trying to pick out Jorginho Rutter, but Maguire always the favourite to win that one. Garnacho runs into March. Now Rutter. Sold March a little bit of a harsh one there, but trying to win it back, send it into the channel. That's what Believer's done now, asking March to go forward, and it comes off Harry Maguire. Just feel like bit by bit Solly March will be building these minutes and could be an important character towards the end of the season. Warren, once he's back, see the chant there, he'll mean a lot to him, been through so much.
Like you said, Johnny, you're just building his minutes up, enjoying every minute, especially when they're winning.
Especially those wide areas. He's throw in there to the box, not cleared, and Rutter nearly got onto it, but instead Anthony does. It might have been stopped there by Lewis Dunk, but Veltman's decided to play it away back to the keeper. Probably the right option there. Field now, and it goes out of play. Dallow throws it back to the keeper, who, gifted an opportunity for Jorginho Rutter for Albion's third goal, but strikes from Yankuba Minte and Kaoru Mitoma gave them the platform. He's gone along to the far side. Good diving header by Lewis Dunk to make up for Tariq Lamptey losing out in Ciso, and Diego Gomez is going to come on to make his debut for the Albion.
Paraguayan kids, isn't it, Johnny?
It is.
Maybe not, because he was going to come on, but
no, we're going to wait. I'll make it. We played 3.5 minutes of added on time, 8 in total to go. Here's Garnacho over on the left hand side of the box, 2 defenders in front of him. One is Solly March, who puts out a foot and puts out another foot, and this time he wins the throw. Great defending. Here come the changes then. Gomez will replace Believer on a yellow card, of course, as well, and then Ciso will come on and he will replace Joao Pedro.
Excellent work from them. Both lads coming off, Johnny, once again. Fed off scraps, Joao Pedro again.
Yeah, yes, but he always keeps moving.
Yeah.
Not Carlos Believer's best game either, but he gets a big hug from Diego Gomez.
Worked hard, Johnny, Believer and Pedro. That's all you can ask, isn't it? They had an off game and we still won. So if they're on it, would have won this game more probably convincingly, but we'll take 3-1.
Yeah, ball up towards Enciso, trying to get involved there, and takes it away from his man. Looks up, pokes it forward to Rutter. Rutter fouled there by De Ligt. Puts his head in his hands. Well, I think it's the right decision. Peter Banks has been a busy man as well today.
Yeah, I think so.
Yellow card as well for the Manchester United defender.
I don't know what he's that for. Is it for calling him a name, probably?
Yeah, maybe. Descent for a free kick to the Albion, midway through the United half. Veltman waiting to take it. He's got an option to go out wide to Solly March if he wants to, but he's going to chip it into the channel, covering across his Yoro. Goes back to Veltman again. Veltman lobbing it high, asking someone to give chase. Gomez goes in for this first challenge, trying to combine with his international teammate. Plays it across there to Mitoma. Ball in for Ruta. He's in again onto his left foot, but Maguire gets it stuck underneath his, and Cisso's foraging to go and get it out of his feet and get the shot away, but United managed to clear. It looks like a foul by Ayari. Free kick for United.
Don't know why you don't shoot, pull the trigger, one of you.
Hit it first time rather than take a touch. I thought it was there for Jorginho Ruta's second.
Yeah, just a little toe poke with an okay.
Yeah,
there,
the old school.
Yeah.
Use the bottom of your boot, use that hard bit of your boot to just poke it towards goal. Sure, everyone's tried that one at one stage. Right, 2 minutes left of added on time. 3-1 Albion lead. Seems to have lasted an eternity. Fans in good voice, trying to enjoy the last few minutes, but Ahmad has got away from Lamptey, down the byline, comes back again, reluctant to cross, but Fernandez will, but Mitoma in with the block. He's done some really good defensive work today as well. Lamptey dispossesses his man. Mitoma up the line, and Ciso didn't anticipate it coming his way, which was a shame really. Collier is there, back to his keeper. He's perched well outside of his box. Andre Onana.
Tell you what, Johnny, there's more empty seats now in the stadium.
He's got a massive job on his hands, Ruben Amorim. He's even mentioned the word relegation at one stage, didn't he? Albion trying to break. Lovely skills there by Ayari. It's 4-on-3 here for the Seagulls. Played forward to Jorginho Ruta. Gomez pushing on. Ruta goes onto his left, brings March into play. March into the box, onto his left foot. Defenders in front of him now. Now he heads towards the corner flag. Falls onto the ball, free kick. Yoro frustrated. Shoved by Garnacho on Solly March. Both of them might get a booking here. Yoro not happy there with Solly March. Well, the frustration there, he's trying to just force a reaction there out of Solly March. And, maybe could have gone for goal himself. He decided to try and run the clock down, which I think they've done successfully. Ruta is going to be called over as well, I think.
Solly March was looking for somebody on the 18-yard box, Johnny, wasn't he? And
yeah.
They was all in the box.
All in the box already. Everton 3, Spurs 2. Late goal there for Spurs.
To be fair, Johnny, Solly March just saying to the referee, look, I'll just take my name. Some of these referees might have forgot it. I've been out for 14 months. M-A-R-C-H.
Well, I remember the commentary when he first came on and everyone was shouting, who's he? And I said, well, it's Solly March. Didn't remember the name. Offside. From the free kick. So it will be a free kick for Manchester United now, and I make it that we've played 8.5 minutes. Full time, and what a week for the Albion on the road. Their third consecutive victory against Manchester United, coming on the back after wins against Norwich in the FA Cup, Ipswich Town on Thursday night, and with goals from Mitoma, Minte and Ruta, they take all 3 points at Old Trafford.
Absolutely tremendous result. I'm just delighted for those fans who travelled all this long way, and the fans at home. I thought they've been tremendous all game, the fans singing. Great start, sat back, 1-1 at half time. In second half, played further forward, on the front foot more, and took our chances when we needed to. Great 3-1 win.
Pick out some performances in there, Warren. I think Minte obviously with an assist and a goal, Mitoma with an assist and a goal, and the subs made a difference too.
I thought they did, Johnny. But if I'm honest to say about Minte, he works ever so hard off the ball, and he's better off the ball than he was on the ball. But then we saw the glimpses in the second half, because the space there he had to run at, he used his brain and they whipped it in. He couldn't do that in the first half because he kept running off the pitch. But second half, brilliant. And I thought, great team performance, Johnny. 2 centre halves was very good. Stupan, it was all good, Johnny, today.
But they managed the game well too. Once we went ahead, they seemed to manage things, and they seem to have learned that. I think Fabian Hertz seems to have instilled that ability, and also the dogged defending has come back again as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, and Lewis Dunk was there putting blocks in. Van Ecke putting blocks in, and they were good blocks, Johnny, because they were going towards a target. But it's brilliant. All getting together now.
Coming over to the corner.
Believer.
Who've ever been here, all the Albion fans in the corner on the right hand side. Believer's in there, they're all going for it. Jorginho Ruta always with a smile on his face. There you go. Great celebrations from the Albion players, and a great work from the Albion fans this week. 3 away games, 3 wins. Full time at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 3.
Johnny and Warren, thanks very much indeed. And Warren back with us with the final whistle in just a few moments' time here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. I'm Adrian Harms. We're on air until about 4:30 with the football, then rejoining our regional programmes with Erica North. Elsewhere in the Premier League, it's Nottingham Forest 3, Southampton 2. Late comeback from Southampton. They've so far played 13 minutes of additional time at the City Ground, but Forest hanging on. They lead by 3-2, a result that will move them up into third place in the Premier League on a level with points on Arsenal. And it's just finished at Goodison Park. Another defeat for Tottenham, although a better second half. Everton 3, Tottenham 2. Tottenham were 3-0 down, but a comeback in the second half, not enough. Everton 3, Tottenham 2. Brighton, as we know, have won by 3-1, still playing at the City Ground. The final whistle coming up here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey.
Gladiator, ready!
Bigger.
Wow, what an entrance!
Better.
Some new events!
And tougher than ever.
Is there anything I can't do?
That was a hard fall.
It hits like an absolute tank.
Not a game for the faint-hearted.
You can't do that!
So hard. We are back.
Gladiator Series 2. Back tougher. On BBC iPlayer.
Yes, a very good afternoon. Sports special here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. I'm Adrian Harms, and this is the final whistle.
All the reaction from the big match. This is the final whistle.
Yes, the final whistle here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio as the Albion make it 3 wins in a week.
Forward ball there, and Mitoma's got in behind the defence, into the box, rolls it across, and it's tipped home. What a finish. It was direct, straight down the middle of the pitch. A wonderful assist by Mitoma. And there's Yankuba Minte to steer it home. Albion lead within 5 minutes at Old Trafford.
Super ball. But I said, Johnny, in behind these wing backs, all day long it's on. All day long. How did we get in? We got in with a long ball over the top. And then now we're starting passing through midfield. We don't need to pass in midfield. Look, here we go again.
Back pass, falls for Xerxes, turns it onto his left foot, dragged down by Believer. Referee has given the penalty. It was coming. Albion causing all sorts of problems for themselves, and Xerxes goes down. Believer it was, and Peter Banks points to the spot, and it's a penalty for Manchester United. The captain of Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes, taking his time, waits, now steps up, right-footed, sends Bart Verbruggen the wrong way. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Oh, from Brighton. That makes wake him up a little bit. Start again. It's coming. It's come, and now you have to react.
Through the middle of the pitch, no one out wide. Feeds Yankuba Minte. Chips it towards the back post,
yes.
And it's an own goal. Mitoma was there too, but Minte curling it towards the back post, and Albion have the lead once more here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2.
I think the back post, I think Mitoma's put that in, Johnny. But it's a lovely ball from Minte. Get your head up, Minte, and cross it. And that's what you've just done today.
Yeah, you've got to give Yari credit as well.
Yeah.
Drove through the middle of the pitch.
This could have been a free kick. And he puts the...
Mazraoui ends up colliding with the post, but the ball is nestling in the corner.
Mazraoui's cut him in two, Johnny.
Van Hecker out wide, March with the first time ball. Ayari darting forward, early cross into the box. No one really anticipated. Missed there, and it's Jorginho Ruta. A mistake by Anana. Albion have a 2-goal cushion. Jorginho Ruta in the form of his life. Another goal for him. It's Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 3.
The keeper's come out sliding out. It looks like he's got springs on his gloves, doesn't it? Springs on his gloves.
Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot. Look, let's keep it. What are you doing, mate? Got 70 hands.
70 hands, love it. Comment of the season from Warren Aspinall. The Albion 9th in the Premier League, from 4th place down to 10th now in the Premier League, just separated by 5 points as the Albion get their European aspirations back on track. Elsewhere in the Premier League today, another defeat for Tottenham. They get beaten by 3-2 at Goodison Park, and it's the same scoreline as Nottingham Forest hold on to beat Southampton by 3-2. Forest now 3rd in the Premier League, level with Arsenal on goal difference. But it's really all about the Albion today. Have your say on the final whistle here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey, with myself, Adrian Harms, alongside the former Albion striker Warren Aspinall.
The final whistle.
BBC Radio Sussex.
This is how you can get in touch with BBC Radio Sussex. You can call us and talk to Warren on 0800 232 1045, or you can text and WhatsApp us. Text 81333, start your message with the word Sussex, or WhatsApp us 08000 321 333. And again, start your message with the word Sussex.
So there we are. That's how to get in touch with us here on the final whistle. Myself, Adrian Harms, with Warren Aspinall till about 4:30 this afternoon. So 20 minutes or so to get your calls, texts and tweets in. Warren, I'll tell you what, we love that comment about Zebedee and spring gloves. Was it that bad an error?
I'll tell you what, you wait till you see it. Honestly, he slides out and just pushes it. Like, he tries to grab it, but he looks like he's got springs on. He just pushes it out, and he tries to get up, and he can't. He's scrambling. It's like slipping. Honest. And he just takes it around him, and he went through Dillick's legs, I think. Well, honest to God, that keeper. And the second choice keeper, we got Johnny said his name there, I forgot. I'll tell you in a minute.
Was he the second choice? Was he the lad who saved the penalty against Arsenal last week in the Cup, Warren?
Yeah, by India. Yeah, him. Yeah, I don't know. He must be thinking, what do I need to do to get into this team? Because there's a wicket in him every game.
Yeah,
every game there's a wicket in him.
Let's talk about the Albion. You and Johnny summed up the game. I was interested there in your comments, Warren, after the penalty that United scored, and you said maybe that will wake the Albion up a little bit, and it seemed to as well.
Yeah, it did. I think it was a great start, and we analysed it before the game. There's acres of space in behind this defence in the wing-back areas, the full-back areas, sorry. So we get in there and we get the goal, then we started to play from the back. I'm thinking, well, why? Trying to play through midfield, and they were setting traps, they were waiting for it. And the keeper decision making sometimes, he could have knocked it long, but he played it entire hard. The midfield player anticipates the pass and just nips in front. And before you know it, so the two midfield players, there's two midfielders that are beyond our two, so it's like 5 against 2 in the box. And Zerchi and Billy were trying to get back. You can't just swing around on somebody's neck. It's going to go down, and penalty, rightly so. Trying to keep it the wrong way, and think, okay, and they started to knock it long again. Okay, we're going 1-1, and I think, oh, okay. Well, I said, all you need to do second half is a bit of intensity, getting the ball forward quicker, and you win this game convincingly, and that's what they did. They're brilliant.
Let's talk about a couple of individual performances. Talk about Minte's performance, Warren, because not only an assist, but a little talk as well in your commentary about the way he was tracking back and defensively as well.
Out of possession, first half, he was probably the best.
Wow,
he worked
really?
His socks off. He worked his socks off, and intercepted 3 passes, what have been danger, because he got beyond Veltman, and he chased back and he intercepted it 3 times. Going forward, because he had not much room space, and he's trying to take people on with 5 yards from the byline, and once he's knocked it round him, he has to run round him, and it's gone out of play. Today, a winger gets the ball in the 18-yard box second half, and he takes the fullback on and whips it in. Didn't have to beat him, he just got half a yard and whips it in with his right foot. Back post was lovely ball. Left foot, so lovely outswinging ball. I think Pedro's made a good run across, so one of the centre halves gone in with him. Matoma back post, so every good winger should do is follow up back post, and there he goes. So you've got one winger crossing it and the other one knocking it in back post. Good play.
Let's have our first caller of the evening. I think we've got Jamie here. Hello, Jamie.
How are you? I'm good. Yep.
Yeah. What do you make of that performance today, Jamie?
I thought it was really good. After beating Ipswich Town, I think we really went to Portman Road, and I thought the performance there and the performance at Old Trafford today is really good.
Yeah, let's bring Warren in on that, because when I looked at these two fixtures, Warren, they look like tricky fixtures, particularly Ipswich, who've been in a run of decent form in the Premier League. A lot of travelling to return from those two fixtures with 6 points. A terrific week, Warren.
Yeah, they've started off at Norwich, who I thought was tremendous, beating them 4-0. And then you think, okay, I'll take 4 points from the next two games, and United away going a bit of form, so you can get a point, they'll get 3. At Ipswich, but we took 6, didn't we? And that's brilliant, because you need to keep tabs with the top 5 or 6 teams now, because there's a gap starting to open up now, a gap from us to United now, us to Tottenham now. So the vital points these. So yes, it's great to keep in touch with them.
Jamie, I mean, I'm looking at this Premier League table now. You've got Newcastle in 4th place on 38 points. You go down to 10th place with Fulham on 33. There's 5 points there separating 7 sides. I mean, Warren's right, isn't he? That the Albion, they've won these 2 games, now right back in the hunt for those European places.
Oh God, yeah. It will be interesting. If we win next Saturday at home to Everton, we have a chance to really boost our ball for next Saturday. That will really give us a good European football again.
Yeah. Jamie, thanks very much for your call to the final whistle. Much appreciated here on a sports special on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. It is so close in there. I've had a couple of texts here, Warren. One talking about Hertzler. It says, you have to hand it to Hertzler. Some question why Matoma was rested or dropped, but now a goal and an assist. I mean, he has been in and out the side a little bit recently, Caro Matoma. Is that good management from Fabian Hertzler?
It is. He picked a team what he thinks can win the game, and okay, he brought a Dringer in against Ipswich Town. He did very well for us, but then you got choices, and that's what you need, don't you? Look at the bench there, another good bench, isn't it? And you think there's Lamptey, the Websters, there's Martin, Ciso, Dringer, Ruta, Gomez, McConville. Good players in the fight. And don't forget the 4 players we mentioned who we bought in the summer, the Gruders, the O'Reillys, and people like that. 105 million. They're injured. So when they come back as well, they're fighting for the places on the bench. No Ferguson involved today because he's not ready. No Winchwood as well. So that's 6 players.
Yeah.
And yes, we've got a long-term injury with Ego, but they'll be chomping at the bit now. So we can have a good push at this getting to the Europe.
Jorginho Ruta, he's in a rich vein of form, Warren. 2 goals at Norwich last week, 1 at Ipswich on whatever night it was, Thursday night, another one today. You always talk about players when they're scoring goals, it's all confidence. I did ask the question before the game whether he was unfortunate not to start today, and I guess at least it's a nice problem for Fabian Hertzler to have.
Well, yeah, he played Thursday night, scored 2, took a few kicks and knocks. I don't know how long he played, 70 minutes maybe, I think. But then fresh legs with Danny Welbeck today. So we can rotate them 3, Pedro, Welbeck and Ruto. Can rotate them. You can, like I say, we can rotate the wingers of Dringer and Mitoma and Minter. So you got the manager's got. He can answer questions, and at the moment he's answering them right, because every time he's taking one player out who's playing on top of his form, he's putting another one in, and he performs well, and the results are coming. So take you after the manager.
Yeah, and also, Warren, I wonder about the planning for these 3 away fixtures. I no idea what games they fly to, what games they go on the coach to, but logistically, to get to 3 away games in 8 days, get players prepared and win those 3 games. This says a lot about not just the players on the pitch who win the game, but also the organisation behind that as well.
Yeah. You have to, the physios, the going out to the kit men and people like that, the people who book the hotels, the rest to get in between the times of training. So they don't get many days off, these guys, but they might get tomorrow off because they've had a long week, haven't they? But each week to get back in early hours of the morning, then they come in Friday, then Saturday they're flying up to Manchester, tonight they fly back, but then tomorrow they might get a complete day of rest. Yeah. And you focus again then on Tuesday morning. It's all about Everton. We've had a good win, and so they'll be full of confidence coming to us. Don't forget last season, I think they put 5 past us.
Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about Everton just before we finish at 4:30, Warren. A couple of messages here, one praising Yasin Ayari. He says, Mick says, Ayari typifies us, always works hard, growing in confidence with each match and becoming an important member of our team. What's your impression of Yasin Ayari in the last few matches?
Well, again, it's a player who has to play, really, Ayari and Baliba, because the rest of the centre midfield players, they're injured, aren't they? So them two, they have to play week in, week out at the moment. The centre halves, they've got one back, so it's a choice of 2 from 3 from centre backs with experience with Webster, Duncan, Van Heck. But then now Solly Marsh is coming back. Inchwood will be probably involved next week. He travelled today, but he's not been involved.
Right.
So he'll be another player who will be maybe. You got to choose from next week, but then again, if he starts, he'll probably only have to do 60 minutes because the physios and the people tell him don't overload him. So, but Solly Mark's coming back is vital because he can play numerous positions. He came on as a right winger today. Last week he came as a left winger, then left back. So, and he's got another probably 30 minutes in his legs today. So he's building up his fitness. So it's all good. You got Lamptey there who came on today. So it's good with the squad. Touch wood, we stay free of injuries and get some of them injuries back into the squad and telling the manager they're ready. So we can have a right good push at this, Adrian. I think we can get in there.
Got a text here that says, my heart couldn't be fuller, and Karo, you brilliant, tireless Japanese talent, you're destined for greatness. Keep rewriting history. Well, he's now the leading Japanese scorer in the Premier League. I mean, destined for greatness. He's done so well for the Albion, and who knows, he may stay at the Albion for a lot longer, but he just brings something different, doesn't he? He's one of these players, Warren, I think when he gets the ball, you want to get out your seat. He's such an exciting footballer to watch.
Yeah, he wants to take his full-back on more or less all the time, doesn't he? But he chooses, he chooses if he wants to go and use his pace on the outside. Sometimes he comes inside and causes problems, sometimes he'll just come back. But he drags us up the pitch more times than often he does brilliantly, and sometimes gets beyond the full-back. Today, great cross, unselfishness, because I think he could have had a shot himself for Minte. So to refer to him, one's made one goal and the other winger for the other winger, and vice versa, haven't they? In Minte and Matoma.
They certainly are. We're going to hear from Yasin Ayari in a couple of moments' time before we go off air around about 4:30. A couple of other messages coming here. That's 6 wins out of the last 7 against United. That must be some sort of a record. Another one here says, come back to that in a moment, actually. Oh, yeah, Matoma and Minto defended as well as they've attacked today. Amazing performance. Has an incredible statistic against United, Warren. 6 out of 7. That's amazing.
Yeah, we could play them every week. We win the league, won't we? But yeah,
there's no fear. There doesn't seem to be any fear going to Old Trafford for the Albion.
Well, no, that should be in every ground, shouldn't it? Now that should say, look, lads, we play Man United, we beat them more or less all the time. So why can we not go to Southampton or go to Nottingham Forest in a couple of weeks and beat them? Have no fear.
Yeah. Mike says, hearing that the neutrals has written us off, The injury crisis has faded. Our squad is back together and we're ready to push on. Write us off at your peril, says Mike. Another one here. Class performance, or every single player played well, especially Matoma and Minte. Excellent at both ends of the pitch. We've won 6 out of our last 7 against United in the league. What a team we are when our key players are fit. I'll get Warren's thoughts on that in a minute, but that's here from Yassin Ayari, who's been talking to Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny here with Yassin Ayari. Yassin, congratulations. What a perfect afternoon.
Yeah, unbelievable. My first time playing here at Old Trafford, so it was perfect that we can get the win, and I was so pleased about the result.
What pleased you most? Because obviously having taken an early lead, for them to come back, you showed some real resilience in that, particularly in the second half.
No, we wanted to come out strong. We wanted to put pressure on them early, and we got the first goal quite early as well, so it made it easier for us to come into the game. But they're a good team. They came back. They made some good attacks. We had some problems with them, but we stick together as a team, and we come out on the top.
You've got so many options, whether it's as substitutes or on the pitch as well. Jorginho coming on too. A nice problem for the manager to have.
Yeah, that's what you want to have in the team. Like we have the good depth in the squad, and that makes us everyone kick on the toes. Always, you can, if you perform, you play. If you don't perform, you have everyone on the bench that's ready to play. So that's the beauty of it.
What about in the middle of the park? You and Carlos Baliba, you seem to be building a good partnership in there, playing regularly.
No, it's lovely to play with Carlos, covering a lot of ground, and we found the connection now. We've been starting now a lot of games together, so it's fun to play with him.
6 Premier League games unbeaten, but 2 back-to-back wins. That's really important if you're going to try and achieve these targets this season.
Yeah, we didn't lose for a long time, but we drew a lot of games, so it's important for us to keep the winning streak, to keep winning the games like we won against Ipswich, so now we keep going.
3 away games on a row. Just a word for those fans that have travelled across the country to support you this week.
No, I just want to say a massive thank you. They helped us a lot in this, if you can say, tough period. They didn't win so much. They were there with us and stuck together, and the wins now and how much we play is for them.
That's Yassin Ayari. Yeah, well done to the Albion fans. To Norwich, to Ipswich, and then up to Old Trafford. 3 wins. What a week it is for the Albion. Brett says, I always feel that Yassin Ayari will get bullied in the middle of the park, but week in, week out, he puts in outstanding performances. Yet again, he was exceptional today with and without the ball. Interesting Yassin Ayari, Warren, because, you know, the Albion had put him out on loan. He was on loan at Blackburn last season, Coventry before that, and it just goes to prove that maybe going into the Championship wherever, it seems to work, and Albion seem to have got this absolutely right, where they put players for their development.
Yeah, he's done the Championship, he's done abroad as well, so yeah, he's got experience, and it's been tougher, and he's got his chance this season. We thought he'd probably buying these midfield players as he gets sold, but he got his chance and he's taking it, hasn't he? And he's just showing what a good player he is. Don't forget he plays for his national side as well, so in Sweden. So he is an international player, and rightly so. We need him because at the moment, he's, like you said, he's playing week in, week out with Baliba, and they're getting a good understanding between the terms.
We're going to hear from Lewis Stunk in a couple of moments' time as well, before we go off air here at 4:30. Just a couple of other things to mention today to you, Warren. Everton coming up next week, one of your former clubs. David Moyes back in charge. They've had a good win today against Tottenham by 3-2. We'll look at that game in more depth in Albion Unlimited on Tuesday night. But what are your thoughts at this stage about Everton coming to the Amex next week?
Well, they're going to be full of confidence, aren't they? They're the 16th in the league now. It's a good value. They've got a 4-point gap from relegation. So yes, but they're becoming full of confidence. So we just have to make the amateur fortress, don't we? We need to start winning games at home. We've drawn too many games at home for my liking, against poor sides, and that's why they're down on the other bottom, because they're a poor side. You think drop points, Southampton, Ipswich, Wolves, and then there's 3 of them. And we haven't played Leicester at home yet, but the 3 of them games at home, we failed to get. We've got 3 points out of 9, so we need to turn that around and starting with Everton on Saturday, and get the 3 points, because the other teams who are above us, there's some tough games they're playing each other. Like Bournemouth are playing Forest, City are playing Chelsea.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll be dropping points, teams. So if we can get 3 points, put more pressure on the top from 4th on, we've got Forest. They're up there in 3rd at the moment on 44 points. But that's what we have to hunt them down, don't we? We see if we can get them.
And the Albion go to the City Ground at Nottingham in a couple of weeks' time. A game you can hear live here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. Let's hear from the Albion skipper Lewis Dunk, who's been talking to Johnny.
Lewis, this has been some week for the club, hasn't it? And it's been a very successful one.
Yeah, massive week. I think coming off a frustrating period of not getting the wins, and we knew it was going to be a tough week. We come out on top and we won all 3. So it was a massive week. It was a massive confidence boost and puts us right back in contention where we want to be. So we're in a good place, and we can't think it's job done because we're in and around it again. We got to keep pushing, and that intensity second half we got to carry on and try and get that for 90 minutes, because I think first half started really well, started intense, and then we dropped off a little bit and they got a goal back. So frustrated at half time, but we picked it back up in the second half and showed what we're about.
Yeah, and you're always going to create chances from the attacking players you've got in the squad. Yeah,
of course. The attacking players we've got starting on the bench is incredible. So we've got real depth now, and we're a good side that if we're like that, we can beat anyone.
Also, I want to just focus in on the defensive work in the last couple of games as well, because there seems to be a real determination, resilience to do that sort of dogged work as well.
Yeah, of course, and that's what this manager wants. We defend as a whole team, we defend as a unit, and if you watch probably the strikers in the game, they're probably fed up now and again for running all the way back, but that's what we're about as a team. And as long as we can keep it clean sheets, 1 goal, we know we're in a chance to win the game. So obviously clean sheets we want all the time, but you can't always get them, and I'm just happy with the performance now.
And in terms of this push to achieve your targets this season, a lot of teams are pushing on, the likes of Bournemouth and Fulham, so trying to build this momentum up can get you back into contention.
Yeah, of course. I think probably the run we went on of the drawing, we probably thought we'd be further away from it, to be fair, but we weren't. Thankfully we were still in and around it, and we're not too far off it. So we know we've got a big second half of the season coming up, and we want to be back in Europe, and that's our challenge. That was our thoughts at the start of the season. So we're still in a position to do that, and like I said, if we do that second half against any team, we can beat them.
One player who missed out on Europe was Solly March. How good is it to have him back? And he could well have an impact at the end of this season, because he's building his minutes up gradually.
Yeah, the more minutes he gets, better for him and better for the team. He's a top player, we know that, and he's worked his socks off to get back fit. Every time he's gone on the pitch, he's done well. So he's building his fitness, his confidence, and if we can get back flying, it's a bonus, isn't it? To the end of the season, he's gonna help us to achieve what we want to achieve.
You didn't even need Pascal Gross today at Manchester United, did you?
Yeah, we didn't. We still miss him, but we didn't need him today.
That's Lewis Dunk talking to Johnny Cantor after the Albion have won by 2 goals. So a couple of quick things, Warren. Mick says, the players deserve huge credit, but so do the fans. We sell out every away match, whether it's midweek on a cold evening or a Sunday stroll at Old Trafford. Albion away fans take a bow. And I think that's quite right, Warren, because there's been some money spent in the last week or so.
Oh, it certainly have, and like I say, just after Christmas as well, money's had to come by and a bit tight. But like I say, sellouts 3,000 at Ipswich, 3,000 at Norwich, probably 3,000 or 4,000 here at Man United. Tremendous support and making some noises as well, Adrian. And like you say, take you out on. Let's get it back to the Amex and let's make that a fortress now.
Yeah, let's hope so. Well, you're back on the radio on Tuesday night, Warren. It's Albion Unlimited with you and Johnny and special guests. If you haven't listened before, it's on the radio on Tuesday and available as a podcast as well. It's everything you really need to know about the Albion. Let's just finish tonight, though, Warren. It's been a great day for the Albion, but a poignant day at Old Trafford, I'm sure. That was a wonderful reading that was read out before the kick-off in memory of the great Dennis Law. It really did sound quite emotional from here, Warren.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, whoever put that little reading together, it was very, very, very heart-wrenching. But yes, he wouldn't have been happy with that performance, that's for sure. They wouldn't have been smiling after that game. But yes, he was a tremendous striker. Knew where the back of the net was, that was for sure. But yeah, when you look at the players playing now, some of these players who are playing for Man United now couldn't lace Dennis Law's boots. Never mind grace this terrace here, but yes, it was a wonderful player to watch and a wonderful man.
Warren, it's a wonderful tribute. Safe journey back down to the south coast tonight. That's Warren Aspinall. Thanks very much for your efforts today. So the Albion in 9th place in the Premier League this evening after that 3-1 victory. They're just 4 points behind Newcastle, who are in 4th and in the Champions League places. A big thank you to my producer today, Cameron Anderson-Jones. Don't forget, Albion Unlimited coming your way on Tuesday with Johnny and Warren, and tomorrow morning reaction in our breakfast programme in Sussex and Surrey with Danny Pike and James Cannon. But from me, Adrian Harms, thank you for listening, and we'll do it all again next time.